Hey, doom, doom. Friday night. It's Friday, you guys. That's right. Trump. Will they find anything at Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's get this camera straight, get all set up so we can get it going. We having a good one today. I got to let you guys know a lot of breaking information, a lot of stuff is going on, trending topics, breaking news, announcements from President Trump, as well as a lot of stuff going on in your city and your state. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's get that camera straight for everybody. How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. How y'all doing oh, let's see. Okay, make sure we get that spinning over there. Go ahead and zoom in on that cam right there so we can get that whole view going. Make sure we can see everything up in here this Friday morning. I'm so happy to be here again for another day of Our Bottom Line. You guys, it's your boy Bugatti NYC. Oh man, I got a lot. When I say a lot to talk to you guys about, I really mean it when I say that. Today is going to be one of those days. I got to just run it down because the clip started at a certain point, but then the next thing you know, excuse me, the next thing you know, like I was saying, it just got crazy. Like in the last 12 hours, so much brand new news has broken and what's going on out here. Not really good news at all, to be honest with you guys. But we gotta break it and we gotta go there and tell y'all what's up. So that's what we're about to do right now. Let's go. Let's get that camera straight. You know what time it is. All right, I think we're gonna run with that this morning because we gotta get those prayers in a minute. Okay. And we good on the audio. Figured out what's going on over here. I should have that solved by today, definitely. Couple of other things that we've been, pinpointing when it comes down to certain things. It's good to get those things out of the way. Just makes you work much better. It's Friday, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? I hope everybody had a fantastic evening. It's time to get into it. Your boy Bugatti NYC. Told you, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came in at Our Bottom Line. I appreciate you. I want to get some prayers in real quick for everybody this morning because I ain't even going front. I think we need them. And that's right. I'm starting early with the prayers, especially after I break these stories. Before I break these stories, we got to get them in. I want to pray for my city, everybody here. I'd love to pray for everybody's family as well as their animals. I want to pray for security. I want to pray for safety as well as well-being. I want to pray for understanding so that we can actually speak to each other on an humane level like brothers and sisters should be, no matter what race or color or religion. Also want to say I thank you guys for coming this morning. I'm so happy that everyone can be here, no matter who's here. Who we praying for this morning? Miss Swanza, Liberty and Justice, Audrey, Only. We've got Batty Lynn in the building. Definitely. Thank you so much, Batty. Let me know how our audio is sounding. I appreciate it. I don't know if you already told me, but let me know already because I didn't have a chance. Yes, and wait a minute, Coco. I ain't forget your name. I ain't put your name in there. Got to put Coco's name in there. Got to put God is always right's name in there. Got to also put Miss Swanza in there again. Okay, how we sounding? And there we go, Coco Week. Now we're going to say amen, but we can't forget about other people like Sam Champion, Liberty and Justice, Kendra Walker, where my boy at, Casey, also Jeffrey Spilker and Mark Dorfman. Amen. Let's keep on going forward. Thank you so much, Batty. I appreciate that. We got a lot to get into this morning. I'll tell you guys straight off the top, I'm glad that we all here. I'm glad that we're going to be able to do this because I actually need you guys more than you need me today. Remember when I always tell you guys to chime in and let me know where you're chiming in from because I like to get information from where you're from? It just so happens to be a lot of stuff going on around my neighborhood and right in my backyard, places that I frequently go, and it's getting crazy now. So now I'm actually looking at the man in the mirror and like, wow, what's going on here? We have a couple of things we can do. We can flee, we can stand and protect, or we can just be on guard. I think I'd rather do the other two, stand and protect and be on guard, because I ain't going nowhere. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Do what we got to do this morning. It's Our Bottom Line. It's Friday morning. Let's do it. Lord, can't do it without you. Thank you for another day, because there's so many people not even being able to be out here to even experience life, and I get to do it with y'all. That's why I'm happy. Let's keep on moving, y'all. Let's go. Where we at? Okay. I'm ready to go. they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. Not yet here. I'm going to show you how we throw the wave to wake them up. And I hope. Okay. Try to get me. Olay. Don't play. It's time to get to work, you guys, and he already know it. Let's go. And what we got to do, we got to hit on the war drum, and we got to open up those pores. That's right, you guys. I love to do this. We got to wake ourselves up. We got to open up those pores. We got to open up those pores. Y'all ready? I could almost do this without even the song, but y'all going to help me with this one. We got to open up those pores, because I know everybody loved her. Y'all ready? Clap your hands now. That's right. Clap your hands, y'all. That's right. Clap your hands, y'all. That's right. Clap your hands, y'all. That's right. If tomorrow is Judgment Day, and I'm standing on the front lines, and the Lord asked me what I did with my life, I will say, what did I do? I spent it with you. Clap your hands, y'all. Clap your hands. Clap your hands, y'all. Why? 'Cause your love is my love. My love is your love. It'll take an eternity to break us. And this is my favorite part. I did not ever know that she said this. And I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to say it. I never knew that she said it would take an eternity to break us, and the chains of Amistad will never hold us. Your love is my love. My love is your love. It'll take an eternity to break us, and the chains of Amistad couldn't hold us. That was my joint right there. You know another little part that I loved about that song, and I know the real Whitney fans heard that, when the little girl said, "Sing, mommy." That just makes you want to cry right there. R.I.P. to Whitney Houston, one of the best singers in the world. Don't ever play with her vocals, ever try to go there. Don't even, y'all see I ain't try to do, and we're alone. Y'all see I ain't try that, right? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. It's Friday. Y'all know what it's time to do. Pump that beat. It's Friday the 13th. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that and that. We be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Your love is my love. My love is your love. It'll take an eternity to hold us, and the chase of Amistad couldn't hold us. Your love is my love. That was the joint right there, you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Good morning, Boogotti, and thank you for the $5 super chat, Jordan. Really appreciate you. Y'all know what we about to do right now, right? Y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me. I appreciate you, Miss Swanza. Thank you for the cup of tea with some ginger on you, but not the contaminated. Thank you for the monetary that's gonna go towards the organic tea. That's right, you guys. I love it. I love it. It's gonna cost you a little more, but we're gonna be here longer and stronger. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Everybody, thank Miss Swanza and my boy John for holding it down. Really appreciate you guys this morning, because I got so much more to get into. How we gonna do that this morning? Let's just go there. I got 5 on it. I'm gonna stack 5 videos. I need you guys to stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from and what time it is, just so I could make sure that I go in your neighborhood or your town or your city, state, country, region, whatever you want to call it, because we go there, especially if some information is there. Sadly, today, I've got information that is 1 mile away from where I am at, this going east, and 3 miles away going left. Both of them have to do with people not having their lives anymore. So Kathy Joku Hoku and what you guys are doing out there, I just got to tell you, it's ridiculous. And as well as Mr. Mamdami with the snow still being on the street and really not knowing what you're doing from your ass or your elbow, it's really getting scary right now out here, and I fear for the people that can't defend themselves because the police ain't doing it. It's not enough for them. We got to keep on moving forward. Also, just had to say that, just had to do what I had to do. Also, guess what's going on, you guys? We got a new topic that we're going to get into that has to do with a very important topic this morning when it comes down to do our health, our respiratory, our circulatory, and there's one thing that can help that out. That's what we do every day. We always have a nice point where it comes down to our health, and we get into that. So without any further ado, y'all really know what I'm about to say, right? Let's get into these titles. Let's go, you guys. It's time to get it. Trump, will they find anything buried at Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch? When this is all over, I'm going to tell you guys something because the title is kind of, and I'm kind of about it, so I didn't want to say, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Kind of kooky there. I was like, is that going to go through, or are we going to get the shh, but don't say nothing yet. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Okay, we've got Barack and Michelle Obama that respond to a video, and Trump not apologizing to the video. So he basically did not respond, and they're saying that without an apology, they have something to say about it. We're going to get into that too as well. What else do we have here? We got breaking news from Tom Homan, who announces that in Minneapolis, the ICE surge will conclude. Why? Should I let him tell you, or should I tell you myself? Let me just go ahead and blow it up. Tell you right now, they're saying that crime is down, and they're actually getting a lot of support from state and local officials. You guys, we got that much more, but we got some real serious topics to get into that are gonna kind of blow your mind right now. I hope you guys are ready because it's gonna start off right off the top. We got a lot to get into. Get your coffee, get your tea, organic tea hopefully, and maybe some coffee that doesn't have so much antimoniums or whatever the hell we called it yesterday, right? I'm sorry, but I remember it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Whoever got that Folgers coffee still in the refrigerator, I know it's like, do I throw it away or do I drink it? Do I throw it away or do I drink it? How many people, you know, had to change a heart yesterday when it came down to what they were going to be drinking? I know I did. And from learning and doing this with you guys, it's educating me as well. Now, I know that I can't afford and do everything that these people are doing in these videos, but at least having the knowledge to know better helps us out. Let me get this audio going here this morning. Let's go ahead and get this going, you guys, because right now we got details from a transformer student. That's right. It says it up here, a trans former student that's ID'd as a suspect in a powwowing in a school. It's happened again, and it's a sad one, you guys. Let's go. Let's get into it.
New photos have surfaced of the transgender ex-student that police say is responsible for the deadly school shooting that took place in a remote part of British Columbia. Now that's Jesse on your screen. You can see full name Jesse Van Rutselaar showing off with glee a rifle, smiling broadly while sitting on a couch with another person. Now, according to other photographs, this is sort of like the only photo that we've seen of him where he was actually smiling broadly. Many on Facebook had him sort of tight-lipped. Now, police say the suspect was found dead from what appeared to be a, quote, self-inflicted injury. The suspect is accused of killing 2 family members at home before opening fire at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School, killing at least 6 and wounding at least 24 others.
So his mother and his stepbrother at home. When he left the home, he went to the school and did all of this other stuff. And I'm not saying all that other stuff because I don't play that trans stuff. If I say trans, I'm going to say male, even if I'm saying it wrong.
Watch here.
I will say this, we identified the suspect as they chose to be identified in public and in social media. I can say that Jesse was born as a biological male who approximately, the information that I have, approximately 6 years ago began to transition to female and identified as female both socially and publicly.
All right, guys, if you've been injured in a car accident, you have to check this.
I'm not listening to that right there. I don't get caught up in all that. I'm not going to be talking and saying those words that they want you to say. Call me this, call me that. Nope, ain't happening to me. Sorry.
Mandel writes that she wants the mainstream media to quit gaslighting the public on trans mass shooters. A fascinating op-ed, Carly, that went into the fact that the media is sort of stoking and fomenting this dysphoria and potentially a lot of negative and fatal consequences.
Yeah, and when I first read about this yesterday, it was reported that a female school shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And I thought, wow, that is rare, unless wound up being the case here. And, you know, I think this is a delicate thing to talk about because gender dysphoria is a real thing. And the people who have it do not want to feel like they are stuck in the wrong bodies.
Yeah.
But even when those people commit the most horrific act you can, which is taking the life or lives of other people, this happens repeatedly. There are members of the media who will, yes, report the crimes, but then seemingly give a hat tip to the killer by using their preferred pronoun and using their preferred gender, and in some way insinuating that the killer is still a victim here. And that sort of thinking is part of the problem because you're turning a blind eye to a trend of violence.
There you go, Liberty. And look at somebody said, you don't have to call him anything you don't like. There you go, brother.
Violence. And one line that I'll use from Bethany Mandel's op-ed, she says, when young people are spiraling, we shouldn't ignore the signs because then more violence happens as a result of that. And that's the trend that we continue to see here.
I did so much homework on this person, it's not even funny. Playing around with them blang blangs like crazy, had a whole bunch of them. Used to say stuff like, oh, I want to stay under 100 pounds so I can stay, you know, so I can look like a woman. Went on trans message boards and says, look at a picture of me, you guys. Do you think I'm good for the medication now? Like, all of that is personal, and that's what you want to do, fam. All that got to do with you. But when you start tripping and making it have to deal with other people, people need to see the warning signs of this. I love when stuff like this happens. It's sad because sometimes people really need to wake up and see what's going on in order to notice what's going on around them. Trying to take care of all these people that's already gone in the mental. Told my mother one time, that nigga act up, it's a wrap. I'm gonna be in jail. And I told him straight up and down, hey yo, anything happen to her, I'm gonna go loco too. So wherever they take you, I'm gonna go loco so I can be next to you to do what I gotta do. Nigga was like, yo, you crazy, Unc? I said, damn sure am, just so you know. Wasn't no more playing around with her no more, huh, was it? Let's keep on moving forward over to Washington. Nope, I'm sorry, there's another one. I got a triple Lindy on this one, because this one here, it was 20, I want you guys to see how many people this was. He hurt so many people, it wasn't even funny. Got another one going on where this here, like.
We are officially terminating the so-called endangerment finding, a disastrous Obama-era policy. You're going to get a better.
Yeah, this is the EV cars right now. We're going into the EV cars with President Trump, but I still got more to break down when it comes down to what's going on these streets right now, because it's getting crazy out there. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Car, you're going to get a car that starts easier, a car that works better for a lot less money.
The forced transition to electric vehicles is eliminated. We are ending the federal government's push to get manufacturers to install that Obama switch, the almost universally despised start-stop feature.
Made me put that damn thing on my motorcycle. That stupid emissions thing. Oh, the environment. I know it's better for the environment, I know, but.
Big change, environmental policy, and it is the end of an Obama-era effort. Former President Obama going on X saying today the Trump administration repealed The endangerment finding, the ruling that served as the basis for limits on tailpipe emissions and power plant rules. Without it, we'll be less safe, less healthy, and less able to fight climate change. Also, the fossil fuel industry can make even more money.
I think the cars need to be ready for that as far as like when they come off the assembly line. I don't really have too much against the emissions because of what it can do. And I think that, I mean, they're not making cars like that anymore. Only time you really see cars like that that aren't up to emissions are like what we call old schools. So all right, let's keep on moving forward. But did you guys know that they have a new chassis that you can put under your old school car to make it run electric? Anybody want to do that? You actually can do it. That's kind of crazy. I just found out about that. Let's keep on moving forward. Y'all, guess what? It's Friday. We got a lot more to get into. And I'm gonna take you there. Matter of fact, let me see something. I want to see if I broke into any of these other stories. All right, let's keep on going because it's about to get a little crazy. Keep on coming in because Trump fires a pow across the bow after the Mexican cartel sent drones, and it's encouraging initial warnings was 10 days. That's right, it was a 10-day warning at first. But for some reason, they shut down the airspace warning. So let me tell you what happened here. They got these cartel members that sent the drone over our border. Like it was like watching and seeing what was going on over to one of the airspaces. So they shut down the airlines and the air flights in that certain region. Now, because they've investigated and found more information about it, they've lifted the ban. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
When they first announced this, they said there would be a 10-day shutdown of that airport. It really was over almost before it began.
Well, Dana, that's a message sent to President Sheinbaum. President Trump said, sit on these cartels, we're going to do it for you. So I think that was a shot across the bow to Mexico. If you don't get your house in order, we're going to do it for you. Dana, as you alluded to, the last time I saw a message like this, a notice to airmen using deadly force in airspace was on September 12th. This is bad. There's a great Tom Clancy movie, Clear and Present Danger, where the Ronald Reagan-like president said these cartels represent a clear and present danger to the United States. Dana, if you want to get a ton of fentanyl or coke across the border, you strap it on a drone and you fly it into our country. This is bad. We really need to wake up to the threat.
This could be like a test. Send one over there to see what they're gonna do, but it's good that we got right on top of it as soon as it happened, and it made really big breaking news because now the cartel knows not to try this, or they may continue to try, who knows, but at least we know what's going on.
Technically an incursion of our airspace from an armed terrorist group. What's going to be our response?
Wiz, I'm just going to put up a map here that shows the FAA restrictions that lasted just for that short period of time. But going back to, as we look at that map, I just want to ask you about something. When Sean Duffy says
El Paso International, El Paso, Ciudad Juarez, Socorro, and the Horizon City, that was the areas in the airspace that was shut down. So El Paso International Airport was shut down for a while.
The threat has been neutralized and there is no danger to commercial travel in the region. I know, hopefully we'll get some more information or video. I
want to see if I can find any actual drone footage. We're going to keep on looking into that story. You know how we do. Because if I can actually find the drone footage to see what they did to take out that drone, that would be very interesting. Because you know what I heard, digging in a little more, they used a laser to bring it down. What kind of laser was that? We're going to look into that. That's right, you guys, a laser. They shined it at the drone, out of here. So they got some real serious technology going on out there. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Because he's the host with the most, Amber. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate everything. Wearing the shoes is professional, and it looks great, and I do it for you guys every single morning. And because my mama always said, boy, if you're going to go out here and let people see you, especially as many people that look at you in the morning, you better look presentable. And then she used to say, come on over here, and grab a big old hunk of Vaseline or whatever and just smear it all over your face. And you be there like, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, Mom, what's going on here? She'd be thinking that you look so cute, but now you don't look cute because you shining like crazy right now. Then she take you to the corner store Oh man, don't even have me start doing this. And she'll give you a banana with some orange juice, make sure you have something to eat, and send you about to school. And that's why I always love my mama, cause she's my favorite girl. Only get one, yeah. Let's keep on moving, guys, cause this is it's a sad situation coming up. And I'm glad I was able to go into it with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of smile. Thank you for that one, you guys. Breaking news, we got a situation right here that's not so funny and it's really tragic. And this is about 30 blocks, not even that far from me. And it's serious right now. We got 4 teens who've been sought after for a powwowing that left a young 16-year-old unalived. 16 years old. Think about how old you are right now and think about the life that was in front of that 16-year-old. That's what I do when it comes down to stories like this. It's pretty sad. What the hell is going on out here? I don't know. And why do they even have that? What are they even doing with that on them? It's crazy. Let's go, you guys. Let's go.
Honored in connection to a triple shooting in the Bronx. The NYPD releasing these images just in the past hour.
I want you to pay attention to these 4 people right here because these are the people that they're actually looking for right now. As you can see, it's 4 individuals, 2 adults, and looks like 3 males and probably a female in the back, light skin. They're wearing all dark clothing. One has on blue jeans. This one right here in the front on the right-hand side that you guys see closest to us, this one right here is the one that did it. I don't care, whatever, call me whatever you want. That's the one that did it. That's the one that did it. Yeah, let's keep on moving forward, y'all.
These are the 4 people they are now looking for. A 16-year-old boy was killed in the gunfire in Kingsbridge last night. 2 other teens now recovering. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis talked to the heartbroken father of the boy who died. He's live with what we know tonight. Marcus?
And Mike, a small memorial here on 238th Street. This is the street where those images were captured of the 4 persons of interest that police released just a short time ago. It is the block where teens were running for their lives in another clip of surveillance video. And yes, the shooting has left one family devastated.
Wrong person, bro. Wrong person. Wrong one. Wrong one.
Choking back tears while insisting his son was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Last night, 3 teenagers were shot during a dispute near 238th Street and Broadway in Kingsbridge. 16-year-old Christopher Redding was killed. Police are investigating whether the shooting was gang-related.
He's an awesome kid. Great. That gang stuff, that's not him. You know, he's like every other teenager, likes the music.
Gotta get in front of this real quick, and I want you guys to understand something. He's making sure his son stands out from what they're trying to say. Gang-related information, gang-related situation around that maybe he got caught into. Basically saying his son was not even involved in anything like that. Probably coming home from school or somewhere and got caught in the crossfire. It's been happening too much, and we have no police out here in New York. I've been telling you guys, it's crazy out here. You get caught in the crossfire, there's nothing that you can do because the ullet don't have no name on it, especially when you got an idiot powing. Just keep on moving forward, you guys. I want to make that clear. Kid was not a member.
But he don't indulge. It's just a very tough time because, you know, it's always the good ones that this happens to.
You can hear the shots being fired on surveillance video that shows teens running to escape the gunfire. Another clip shows a glimpse of an individual pulling.
Y'all see that 3/4 coat? The 3/4 coat, the way it got the three double button, the 3 double bubble chamber coming down this way. And remember, he had that blue thing on his face, right? So he jumping and firing. Don't even really care who he hit at. This fool right here.
Pulling the trigger, then running away. The shooting was on the street, but the events that led up to it started inside a McDonald's around the corner.
They was going to get something to eat. Some kids supposed to have started trouble and words was exchanged or whatever, and that's what happened.
Redding played football at nearby John F. Kennedy High School. He was shot in the back and pronounced dead at St. Barnabas Hospital. A 13-year-old female was shot in the leg, as was another 15-year-old male. This morning, Mayor Mamdani was asked about recent shootings in the Bronx, which he characterized as
heartbreaking and horrific. And I'm thankful for the work of the NYPD, not only in responding to them, but also in the actions they're taking to ensure that we work to prevent them in the future.
This afternoon, the NYPD released this video of 4 people, 3 male, 1 female, persons of interest in.
Now remember that 1, 2 triple bubble, right? Because all of them other guys got on the waist lengths bubbles. She probably was just around. Motherfucker right there, man. Yeah.
Connection with the shooting.
These kids don't have God in their life. That's why they do the things they do.
They don't know. They don't.
No repercussions, no conscience.
None.
That's why they do the things they do.
They're straight up. And they got the nerve to be saying stuff like, I'm on demon time, this and that. They literally say that. You're bringing that inside of your life, into your vessel, into your being when you're saying that. Where the hell are your parents at? And then guess what? You got to fault some of the parents too, because now we're dealing with the kids of the crackheads. Let's go there. Or the kids of the people that's just coming home that wasn't doing what. You got to really look at it. Look at the neighborhood. Then you look at the opportunity, and then you look at the kid. What's your parent like? Or let's look at it like just wasn't paying no attention to them, or didn't know because they wasn't raised right. I got a book called My Little Man, and it's a book. It's a rhyme rap book for children, and it's for parents to read to their children. Real basic stuff, and it rhymes and it raps. And basically what it is for you to teach your child how to tie their shoe, how to do certain things. But I look at the book as a vessel as well for those people that never got this information to actually learn it. Because a lot of people don't know the regular common sense stuff that you and I know, like self-respect, pride, class, how to carry yourself around people. Don't mess around with a federal mailbox. I know that sounds out of the way, right? But yeah, stuff like that. Don't mess with the mail carriers, thing. Don't go on the train and go in between where the conductor's at and steal a key. We thought that was common sense. But if nobody watching you out here, you're gonna do all that stuff. That's what's going on out here. It's crazy in this city, and they're doing absolutely nothing about it. And I gotta fault the parents at least about 91% about it, because it starts at home.
Well, the other 2 teens who were shot are recovering, expected to be okay. In the meantime, police asking anyone who might be able to identify the individuals in that video, contact Crime Stoppers.
So now I work down in Chelsea. I work down in Chelsea. So sometimes I might go hop in the store or whatever. But now that I'm on this vegan thing for a long time, certain stores that I don't go into. I don't like a lot of processed foods. I don't like expensive food that's just expensive for no reason. Like I would dare myself to go in a 7-Eleven and pay prices for anything. So that kind of keeps me out of the way of certain areas. But that's not to tell you that I haven't walked by this place 4 times in the last 3 months. Walked by this exact place in the last 3 months about 4 times.
Listening with that breaking news happening in the Garment District. A deadly shooting inside a 7-Eleven on 8th Avenue between 38th and 39th Streets. Lisa Rosner joins us now from the scene with the latest. Lisa.
Well, Cindy, as you said, police sources tell us the shooting occurred inside the 7-Eleven located here on 8th Avenue, right next to 38th Street. And I want to step out. You can see this is a very active scene. Those belongings outside of the 7-Eleven, I am told, have something to do with the victim. As for what prompted the shooting, we're still trying to learn more details. This is just 1 block from the Port Authority bus terminal, so you can only imagine the chaos as people ran outside of the store.
So now you got all of the, miscreants, you got all the homeless people that hang outside and hold the door open. Hey, how you doing? You got a little bit of change or anything like that? So that's what this guy was doing, just to let you guys know. He would open the door, you guys got any change or whatever. I don't know if it probably escalated, but that's what he was doing.
A police source tells me, again, those belongings that are outside belong to the victim, and that the victim was someone who regularly holds the doors here open for customers. We spoke with workers at the food cart on 38th Street, right next to the 7-Eleven.
The customer came and you heard what happened, and I was like, no, I was really bad.
So Mamdami, throw up neck, the police, yeah, you guys are doing a knockdown, drag out job. My problem is that you're doing everything ATF, and I'm not talking about alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I'm talking about after the fact. How about getting in front of some stuff to prevent preventing some of these things from happening by actually being outside and patrolling, by actually getting involved and going through some neighborhoods, by having a car by the school to make sure that the kids are leaving calmly and stuff like that. They don't even do that no more. It's so bad, they got dudes hustling right by the school. Like dudes is literally out there, yo, we got it, trying to talk to the little girls as they walking by. Think it's crazy in this city here. Crazy. Trying to talk to little girls as they going by, as they trying to hustle. Crazy. It's bananas. And yeah, I'm telling it, I don't care. Too damn close, might as well.
Busy at the moment, and I just saw people running. That's all I heard.
You heard people running?
And well, yeah, I saw them when I turned around real quick. I just saw people running. I didn't see anything else. No, I didn't hear anything at the moment.
Again, a man was shot inside the 7-Eleven and later pronounced dead at a hospital. At this time, we are told by police that no arrests have been made. We are waiting.
Yeah, because now they're going to, if anybody have any information, call 577-TIPS. Bop, bop, bop. Because you know how we get down. We after the fact around here. We after the fact. There you go. I'm doing all right in New York. New York is doing bad. I feel like maybe like Batman or something like that. I got to be outside with all types of stuff on like this. Got to be outside paying attention. And don't get no argument with nobody. And don't say you got it either. When you try to be like, yo, you got it, no problem. No, that's like running from a dog. It makes them pounce more. And get the hell on out of there. I don't even say nothing. Just keep moving. Yeah, you can stand there and rat-a-tat-tat and fight, but do you want to? Now, who really want to fight a homeless person? What you gonna win out of that one? And what if you do win? Like, let's go. It ain't even worth it, man. Keep on moving forward. Do the best you can do. Mike Tyson for president, somebody said. I feel you. And look, somebody said the same thing that's under that video. Go look at that video. Somebody just said the same thing. Where is the social workers to stop their crimes? Yeah, where your social workers at, Mr. Mamdami? They gonna run up on the scene with a clipboard. So what's going on? Bam, 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 bam. I'm getting the hell out of here. Running like Dagwood Bumstead up out of there. I'm not going back to ask nobody no questions, because now that's what they want to do. Send a certain social worker or whatever like that. You see a car have an accident outside, they don't even send the police no more. They send the ambulance and the fire department, then the police come. It's crazy, y'all. I seen dude get out the car, flying. Could have had something on them, all that. Hey, it is what it is. Y'all catch them after the fact, right? Let's go to the videotape. That's how they do it now. Let's go to the videotape. They don't even care about anything that really happens. Sad situation and stuff like this is happening all over. I told you guys about the certain train stations too. I told you about how they always got the police at. Let's go. Ready? West 4th, 14th Street, 23rd. No, not even 23rd. Nope. No police. I'm sorry. 34th, 42nd, 59th Street, 81st, Museum of Natural History, not 96, nothing on 103rd, 110th, nope, 116th, nope, 125th. So all of those other blocks and certain ones of them, no police there. 170th, no police. I always say that. That's the places that they really need to concentrate at, because that's the places where it's more concentrated crime going on. But they don't know what's going on because they don't know their asses from their elbow. And you got people that's coming in our city and thinking that they know what they're doing. And it just frustrates a person like me that knows the city so crazy. Like, dude, why you on the major blocks when you should be going to areas like this? Because stuff like this is going to happen on like 170th Street.
Breaking updates this morning after a man is shot to death at a subway station yesterday in the middle of the afternoon. News 12's Brittany Cadet joining us now live from the scene at 170th Street Station. Brittany, good morning. Tell us what you're learning out there.
Hey, Marcy, good morning. We're learning that the man who was shot to death here at the 170th Street Station is 41-year-old Adrian Dawodu. Again, he was shot multiple times yesterday afternoon. We're also learning this morning that this shooting is the first homicide aboard transit for the year. Now, all of those moments were captured on video. Take a look at this video that was taken from a passenger as those shots were fired inside on the platform. Dawodu was on the left side of your screen, laying on the ground while the gunman runs away. This all happening just before 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, a time where kids are dismissed from school and the afternoon rush begins.
All right, so I'm going to say this for you in hopes that you stop spamming FR. If you keep on doing that, I'm going to get you up out of here, or I'm going to think you're a bot. To put Trump quotations mentioned 1 million times in the files in Epstein category would be an insult to Epstein. Have no idea what that meant, but I'm saying it for you. Please do me a favor and stop doing that. Also, everybody else, could you do me a favor? Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up to get more people over here, because that's what it actually does. People probably don't say that to you. When they ask you to hit the like button, they should say the rest of it. When you hit the like button, it basically sends up the thumbnail. So YouTube's like, hey, what's going on over there? And then it sends up the thumbnail like, hey, let's put that up because everybody's liking it. And then more people come over here to see what we got going on. Now I understand it's hard out here for a pimp. You know, 'cause I don't try to hit your pockets. And I got that Bustelo I'm trying to get rid of in there. And I already got rid of the Lipton tea. We're already going organic on that. So I'm not trying to hit your pockets. But I would like to take it in the form of likes. So if you do appreciate the content and what we got going on here, let's hit that like button. All you got to do is hit the screen 2 times. If you really like, just go ahead and subscribe. If you really like us, become a member. It's only $2.99 a month. And if you've been with us longer than 2 months, you know how I do. I like to give you something on top of what we do. I send you a bonus. It's the bonus. It's the key ring, the Our Bottom Line key ring, and it's also the decal. So you can rock out on Purple Sunday and have something to represent the show with. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's see what's going on with this. Let's go.
Police say there was a fight right before the shooting between the gunman and the victim. Dawodu was shot multiple times all over his body and died at the hospital. And police got a tip that the gunman was hiding.
They got so much police, they got dogs, they got all that stuff. But where was one patrol car? One. Where was one at?
About 8 minutes away on Townsend Avenue, but he was nowhere to be found. Police are still searching for him at this hour. They say he was wearing a gray parka jacket. Now, the subway station is no stranger to gun violence. We were here just over a month ago for another shooting. A teen has been taken into custody for that and is facing attempted murder charges. Now, if you do know anything about yesterday's shooting, though, police want to hear from you. You can do so by giving them a call at the Crime Stoppers hotline. And remember, all tips remain confidential. For now,
yeah, they're asking y'all. They need y'all got to do it. We're gonna have to get out there ourselves. So let me see y'all. Anybody know? Yeah, because they don't know. They asked from their elbow. They said, if y'all know anything, let us know. ATF, after the fact. Damn shame. Let's keep on moving forward and get out of my city finally. And I gotta just say this, Mom Dummy, that easy super cat, then they use a dumb dummy. And when it comes down to Kathy Joku Hoku, trying to think you're gonna rerun and keep on coming in again to run for governor, I know you're gonna get it because it's the way the city's going and things are just terrible out there. I don't know what sort of turmoil and distress that we're gonna have to go through to get people riled up to know that we gotta get rid of these damn politicians that we got in there right now. I wish we had the old police officers back up in there. Yep, the old Irish ones that'll crack you in top of the head. I wish we had them, because then I bet you would be acting up. You'd be straightening up and flying right. Let's keep on moving forward. Got a situation right here where Mike Johnson says that we're at an impasse. And he's sounding the alarm because there might be a government shutdown. Thanks for all the love right there, you guys. Let's keep it moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. And yeah, I hope this doesn't come to pass because we don't need to be at an impasse. I know we got enough pushback going on already.
We are at an impasse. The White House, the administration, President Trump and his team have been working in good faith with Senate Democrats to try to work through this. And they've made some proposals to change some of the immigration enforcement and sort of calm the situation. But Chuck Schumer and Democrats have shown no willingness whatsoever to go along on any of these negotiations. I think, Maria, they are trying to put us into another government shutdown situation.
Well, that was the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, with me here yesterday, expecting perhaps we are headed for a shutdown for the Department of Homeland Security as early as tomorrow. Senate Democrats are vowing to block a stopgap bill funding the department, and if no deal is reached by midnight, the agencies will shut down, and they include ICE, CBP, Customs and Border Patrol, the TSA, and FEMA also could be impacted. Joining me now is Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy. Senator, it's great.
I think that might be what they're trying to do, huh? Probably trying to do it.
To have you this morning. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you, Maria.
Are you expecting a shutdown for the Department of Homeland Security?
Yeah, I mean, I am expecting a shutdown.
Yeah.
Democrats want to make a point to their left-wing base They want to make a point that they're standing up to Donald Trump and that they're trying to put a line in the sand, which, by the way, don't cross it or else we shut the government down. Now, I got people in my state who just suffered from Winter Storm Fern, 9 people dead, and now FEMA is not going to be funded. I think they're sacrificing the interests of the American people to make a political point, but that's their politics.
Well, what a surprise there. I mean, the good news, I guess, is that it's not going to have all that much of an impact. I mean, I know that TSA gets impacted, and I know that there are certain impacts, but ICE, you said it was funded already, right? So how significant would the Department of Homeland Security shutdown be, and how long would it last?
As long as they don't come to, I think it's probably going to last as long as they don't come to a deal, but I hope they don't change none of the policy in order to do it.
So in my state, Coast Guard, National Flood Insurance Program, FEMA, all are part of this. And if you're trying to rebuild right now in North Carolina, where there's Hurricane Helene, damage is still in recovery.
This is crazy.
Those work orders are not being processed while this government is shut down. You're right. It's only 4% of the government, but if you're trying to recover from a massive storm, it's all a world to you.
Boy, we looking at a possible government shutdown. Just showed you guys what the ramifications may be. That's crazy right there. I don't want no shutdown to happen again. We don't need this crap. Oh, boy. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Arizona, Tucson to be exact. We got a developing story going on with the Guthrie family when it comes down to the loss of the mom. They just set up a tent outside the front of the home to try to gather more information. Got some new developments coming through.
And Matt Finn is live outside Nancy Guthrie's home where we're seeing some movement. Matt, describe the scene for us.
Yeah, in the past couple of minutes, we saw this white tent be put up outside of the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home. Obviously not clear why that tent is there, but it is most certainly blocking view from the public and any passerbys.
Now, I did have some people say that this is possibly an inside job. I remember you guys saying that in the chat yesterday.
We imagine there might be some activity happening inside that tent, which is directly in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. Of course, that doorstep has now become such a critical element of this investigation because we have seen that masked figure right outside of that front door. Also, the blood drops leading from the front door down the sidewalk to the gravel driveway. Perhaps the tent is protecting that blood and the evidence from the sun, or perhaps there will be ongoing investigations that they want to keep a little more discreet underneath that white tent. But it was just put up moments ago. We'll be sure to keep you updated on any activity going in or out.
Oh boy, they're still doing this. It's probably the 11th day now. Sad to say, she's on a heart monitor and pacemaker and all of that stuff and needed all those medications. What are you guys thinking? I don't know. This is going to be like a recovery situation at this point. Someone owed someone some money is what Blake Smith said. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get on over to Minnesota since we already had it going on. They say that the Minnesota AG, Keith Ellison, aided an open air market for this opportunity of all this fraud to go through. You guys remember, if you've been here, I don't know if you were here, to actually remember the video that we played with the audio of him like talking to them in the closed door session.
In just a few hours, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison and other leaders from that state are expected to testify before the Senate on alleged fraud in Minnesota. And federal prosecutors in Illinois announcing new charges against several foreign nationals for $1 billion health care scheme. Here to react is Fox News contributor and author of Rage and the Republic, Jonathan Turley. Good morning to you, Jonathan.
A lot of money.
Thank you, Ainsley.
Thanks for coming on. All right, what can we expect today? What will Keith Ellison say?
Well, this is going to be a very important hearing because Minnesota comes out of these reports by the Oversight Committee looking particularly bad. You know, fraud is like water. It finds its way in. Yep. And Minnesota appears to be that weakest spot. And fraudsters are rational actors. And you had people like Governor Walz, who's also going to testify, saying publicly how easy it is to create daycares and get grants and money in in Minnesota. It was like an infomercial for fraud. Ellison was the person who was supposed to be monitoring the store, going after people who were committing fraud.
Meanwhile, we got audio, a couple of clips back where you were inside meetings with the Somalians talking about how you was going to make sure that they kept on getting their money, Mr. Ellison. How come they're not talking about this? What's going on with that investigation?
And obviously, he failed to do that. Minnesota became a magnet for fraudsters.
Nope.
And if you look at some of the reports coming out of Illinois, the healthcare fraud, listen to these numbers. 666 million in fraudulent Medicare claims, 953 million in fraudulent billings, 10 million in false claims, 1 billion in fraudulent claims. And according to reports, they claim that they were buying medical equipment and conducting diagnostic tests, which were never bought or provided to the patients.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about that Illinois report is it shows how a relatively small number of people were able to grab huge amounts of money. A lot of these cases being filed involved one or two people each grabbing $500,000, $1 million each or more. And that shows why we're looking at billions of dollars that have been potentially stolen. Now, Ellison's going to face the nightmare of a congressional testimony because there's videotape. And one of those videotapes involves some Somali citizens who are saying, look, we need some political allies. Are you going to be our friend? And some of those groups were later implicated in fraud. And Ellison's on camera saying, darn right, you should be making political contributions and I'm your friend. Well, that's not going to play well when the committee's laying out how this became a sort of, open market for fraud. I mean,
I was really trying to figure out where it was going, with any money going to the top. Are we going to find out if anything happens like that? That's when we're really going to get to it, when we start really finding that money at the top, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. We still got more going on in Minneapolis. One is somebody that you know and love. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? That's right, your Uncle Tom. That's right, Tom Holman. We haven't had him on the show for a while. He announces the Minneapolis ice surge and the way that they're about to conclude, as well as the updates on what's been going on with the progress of ice right now. Let's keep it moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. It's Friday. What's good, y'all? Everybody up? Let's go.
We've seen a big change here in the last couple of weeks. And it's all good changes. I'm also pleased to report that we're seeing a notable decrease on unlawful agitator activity here in Minneapolis and overall throughout the state.
Thank you so much.
This is great news for Minnesota communities that have been adversely impacted by the lawlessness and chaos in the street. We have what we call here QRFs, Quick Response Force, security teams, that get called out when ICE officers are out doing operations. They get into trouble, if agitators get out of control, if there's a danger and public safety is at risk, these QRFs respond to help these officers get off the X and get out of that situation. I asked today when I got here, I want to know what the QRFs call outs are, what their deployments are. I want to know every time a QRF is called out. The QRF deployments have dropped dramatically because we have less of that occurring. Less of the agitator that crossed that line.
Tom went
that is a good
got
thing.
busy.
That is a win for everybody.
Tom went
Not
got
just
busy.
for the safety of law enforcement officers, it's a win for this community. With that, and success that has been made arresting public safety threats and other priorities since this search operation began, as well as the unprecedented levels of coordination we have obtained from state officials and local law enforcement.
Thank you so much, AJ.
I have proposed, and President Trump has concurred,
thank you so much,
that this surge operation conclude. A significant drawdown has already been underway this week and will continue to the next week. We have a lot of work to do across this country to remove public safety risk who shouldn't even be in this country, and to deliver on President Trump's promise for strong border security and mass deportation. Law enforcement officers drawing down from this surge operation will either return to their duty stations or be assigned elsewhere to achieve just that.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
You guys know what we got coming up next, right? Check this out. Y'all definitely going, y'all ready for this? Because we like to be in front of stuff. We like to be in the cusp of what's going on. And you guys do remember Nick Shirley, the one that broke the Leering centers in Minnesota? That's right, the leering centers. Y'all like, what the hell is he talking about? Leering, like when you leer at someone, what the hell does that mean? Is there a definition? I'm still trying to figure out what the hell a leering center is myself, you guys. Yeah, but guess what? Now Nick has picked up his camera and his information, and he's ran over to California. Knows how to party. California, West Coast knows how to party. But do they also know how to scam? Do they also know how to, fraud? We're going to see. Because we got Nick Shirley that went out there and shows us exactly a little bit about what's going on in the fraud department in California, but also breaks into what's going on the street when it comes down to people that have been subjected to the new sort of diseases that we have going out there. I won't even say new diseases, but other sorts of diseases. I'm trying to be, when it comes down to drugs. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up.
Independent journalist and YouTuber Nick Shirley, who helped expose the Minnesota daycare fraud, has made his way to the once golden state and found the fraud goes far beyond Minnesota and those leering centers. Shirley capturing the moment outreach workers were seen handing out drug kits to the homeless.
Leering centers, huh?
This guy is clearly, he's passed out right now. How do we know that he is still alive and that he doesn't need Narcan right now?
He's breathing. You see his chest rising, and it's going up and down, and his color's good. Now, if he's blue, he's not responsive, his color's gone, he'd be like a blue, gray, purple color, then you know he's overdosing.
Okay.
So the most important thing is to hit him with Narcan. Doesn't matter how much Narcan you give him. If you got 3 in here, give him all 3.
Because if you notice, like in your hand, you have the Narcan one, right? So they're giving you the drugs, the stuff to do the drugs, right? This, glass pipes, and then they're giving you the stuff to save your life, so you don't die, and then they give it to you every day.
Now, why the hell are you giving people glass pipes? What the hell is that about? Isn't that encouraging?
Unbelievable. Crack pipe. You got the guy laying on the street. Joining me now live, the outstanding filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza. He's got a new show streaming tonight. It's called Dinesh, quite simply. It's on YouTube, X, Rumble. We love Dinesh, so let's get out and support him. Welcome.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I'm not sure what's crazy.
How the hell are they giving people crack pipes? Man, what the hell is going on out there?
Hey, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I'm not sure what's crazier. This guy laying on the street, it's sad and tragic, and the taxpayer-funded fraud scheme that's going on, and overdoses are reversed. The cycle continues. More federal checks and state checks, I guess, are issued. Or the fact that the mainstream media, folks like 60 Minutes, they used to cover these kinds of stories, Dinesh, and now this guy on YouTube, I'm not meaning to dismiss him, but a young kid named Nick Shirley is lapping the mainstream media.
Red said they've been doing that.
Yeah, on the media side, it's remarkable what you can do with just a little enterprise and a camera, and also knowing where to go and what questions to ask. It becomes quite clear that much of what we call traditional media or mainstream media is an agenda-driven propaganda enterprise. And what you see here, what I like about what Nick is doing, is he puts us up close so that we can actually watch what's happening. And what seems to be happening here is you've got these social workers, and they're like, hey, homeless man, please don't die on me, because that's going to be one less guy to service for the homeless industry. In other words, the industry exists for the benefit political class and for the Democratic Party and for the establishment of California. They have to keep these people alive, but sufficiently miserable and dependent that they're in constant need of government sustenance. So the whole thing is a depressing enterprise.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's amazing what you're saying. It's like they don't really want to help these people. They just want to keep them barely alive to keep more money coming in. It really is fraud. The president, meantime, digging in on more California fraud. A bombshell from Kelly Loeffler. She runs the Small Business Association administration and suspended over 111,000 borrowers in California who racked up nearly $9 billion in fraudulent COVID-era loans. When you hear this kind of stuff, it makes you think, how many billions of this vast federal budget and then a state budget in California is just outright fraud?
I think one of the things that COVID did is it turned a lot of ordinary people into thieves. You know, we keep hearing about how all these different groups are ripping off the government, these NGOs and so on.
I'm going there, and I'm going to say it. When y'all seeing all these people getting them PPE loans and them PPP checks, y'all thought about it like, I know a lot of people was like, should I do it? Because I thought about it too. I said, man, I do have an LLC, I got a company. But then I thought about the long one. I said, you know what, you always the one that get caught up in just report the stories and tell it because people are going to get caught. And I didn't do it. But how many people out there thought about, you know what I'm saying, doing a little PPP, PPE, you know what I'm saying? When you saw your boy coming through, hey, yo, what's up? How y'all doing? Y'all want to go out? New cars. In New York, they had dirt bikes, slingshots. They had all types of jewelry. They had the latest everything, new iPhone. They was balling. And as soon as the money got low, it went right to Mercari, pawn shop, back to the dealership or used car dealer, payments being messed up. Y'all know what was going on out here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, y'all know what's up. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. That money did not last long because you know why? A fool and his money is soon parted. And number two, if you did not earn it and know how to maintain it, you're not going to know how to keep it. All you're going to do is spend it. That's why when somebody say, hey, give me $3,500, I'm going to be able to be rich. You really need to look into what they're saying because they might be having a thought that's going on and no actual way to really do it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Pam Bondi right now. That was crazy. We got a situation where they're saying that she slammed the Democrats in a fiery testimony scrutinizing for the handling. That's right, you guys. Y'all ready for the Epstein files? We about to start getting into this right now. Let's go.
Of ignoring questions about indicting Epstein co-conspirators by filibustering, so he wanted that time back. Here is how it all went down when Raskin made his request.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch. Not on our time. No way. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
I love these right here because it's like really hard to stop them. You get to see them going right in. And I'm really happy to see where you finally get a chance where they talk to the person that they're talking about. I love when they have these congressional meetings and when they have these questions going on. Thank you so much, Fubu Red. I appreciate you for the 200 jewels. Thank you so much. What else we got? We got King. Thank you for the 100 and another 2 jewels. Really appreciate you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. I love these forums.
You don't tell me. Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer. You're not even a lawyer.
If you didn't catch that, Bondi called the congressman a washed-up loser lawyer. And that was just one of many hostile exchanges between Bondi and Democrats. Pam Bondi blasted Congressman Jerry Nadler for his role in the Mueller Russia interference investigation, asked him if he was going to apologize to the president for that, slammed everyone involved in President Trump's 2 impeachments, and dissed the Dems for not grilling her predecessor Merrick Garland on the Epstein case the same way they put her feet to the fire. Now, in general, congressional hearings can tend to be political performance art, but this was some real theater. If you missed it, I'll link to it in the show notes.
Yeah, it's linked in our show notes too. We like to show you guys stuff like that. Also, what we got coming up next. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. It is Friday, you guys. That's right. It's Friday, the best day of the week, especially for the people that have off tomorrow that get to come here again and do it all over again at 6 o'clock in the morning. And thank you again, Tranquility, for the bronze medal for 50 jewels. Appreciate that. We got to get on over to Washington because every time we play one person's side, we got to play the other person's side because I don't want to be looking like I'm trying to be biased. No, we're not like that over here. And if anybody wants to know, not a part of a party. I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican, and I am not an independent. And what's that other one? Not that either. What do you guys call it, conservative? Trying to be a regular human being that can make a platform for everybody to come and have a debate, a argument, a conscious time to talk. And maybe we'll be able to get some good resolutions out of that instead of going too far. So that's what we do here. I used to try to go to platforms and be on there and just hang out and chill with the host and say certain things. But if you don't agree with exactly what they're saying, you get booted off. We don't do that over here. As long as you're not being crazy, spamming and talking about crazy stuff that has nothing to do with the topics and, beating me up too early when it's not time to do it. And I don't mind a jab here and there, because I do have a rather large man in the moon from McDonald's Mac Tonight head, and I realized that. You know, it is what it is. But at the same time, there's a time for everything. Real talk. Like right now, it's time for you guys to hit that like button, get more people over here, because we really got a lot more to get into. And it's time to get into a little bit more Jasmine Crockett as she slams Bondi and says that she refuses to acknowledge the Epstein survivors that are here. That's right, you guys. I play both sides of the fence. I don't try to play one side. I go with common sense when it comes down to the fence. If you're making sense, I'm on your side of the fence.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And to be clear, I'm not going to ask any questions of this witness because this witness has revealed that she has no intentions of answering questions. But instead, I'm going to ask some very basic questions really quickly of my colleague, Becca Ballant, if she will answer right or wrong, raping children.
Wrong.
Right or wrong, killing random citizens.
Definitely wrong.
Right or wrong, enriching yourself as the sitting president of the United States.
Definitely wrong.
Okay, thank you, because I probably never would have got that with our witness. Our witness who somehow is a lawyer but does not understand how it works with witnesses. I'm not really sure what law school she went to and what all kind of cases she tried. But typically when you come into a space and somebody's a witness, then they sit there and they answer questions instead of asking questions. And then we also have this objection that we use as lawyers called non-responsive when a witness fails to actually answer the question. But nevertheless, let me address the survivors, because that's exactly who they are. They are not victims, they are survivors. Let me say thank you for having more courage and moral clarity in your pinky fingers than the entire Department of Justice. We are currently the laughing stock of the world, partially because of the failed leadership within the DOJ, as we see kings and queens falling everywhere around the world. But
Sam, you bigger than a tip, brother. I love the fact that you be here. I actually miss you, haven't seen you, and I want to make sure that I like when you pop out like that. So everybody give Sam Champion some love for the $2 super chat. To me, it's $200. Yeah, $2 is $200 to me, because you ain't really got to give me nothing. Real talk. So I appreciate you guys. Also, Sam Champion, thank you so much. I love the fact that you're here. And don't worry about popping in sometimes, because we pray for you anyway every single day over here.
we don't know the basics of right and wrong in this country, because it's not about partisanship. And that's why I applaud Thomas Massie, because he's the only person on the Republican side that has a backbone and knows how to stand up to corruption. But nevertheless, let me keep going. My Democratic colleagues have been attacked this entire committee hearing. They have been lied on, and frankly, the American people weren't looking for that. They were looking for answers about the corruption that they see coming from this administration. In the written testimony of this witness, of this particular witness, she stated that when she took office, she had two main goals. The first was to end the weaponization of justice, and second, to
she said that.
Turn the department to its core mission. Not only have you lied about both, you've intentionally done the exact opposite. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting journalists than you are prosecuting pedophiles and creeps. In fact, your boss, the President of the United States, stated that this administration, quote, took the freedom of speech away. And at your direction, DOJ has arrested Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. And I might add.
Whoa. I can't go for that crap. Don Lemon got arrested for doing something that he should have never did, going inside of a church and disturbing what it calls a religious proceeding. And that's a federal situation right there. Also wanted you guys to know one thing, even though we really do respect Jasmine Crockett. Just wanted you guys to know something. That's how I used to instigate back in the days. You hear like how I throw that ad-libs in there? That's where I learned how to do ad-libs to start rapping. Because when somebody be like, yo, your mother this and da-da-da-da-da. You know, you always got to have that one person that's like, ooh, yo, you heard what he said about your mother. You know what I'm saying? You always need that person. That was always me. That was always me. I'm sorry, I know it's totally off topic right now. But when they instigate like that, I used to always do that. That
y'all actually had a judge that rejected y'all for trying to arrest Don Lemon before, just like the grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Kelly, just like a grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Slotkin.
Something serious. Sarah said, even in the 1600s, the church grounds is sacred.
Just like the case against Tish James was dismissed and the case against Mr. Comey was dismissed. I completely don't get how it is that you're sitting at the top of DOJ because you don't seem to be good at your job.
See, I let you get yours off. Let's see if we give a chance to let Pam get hers off, but probably not right now. We got to woosah. Bring it down, you guys, because that was a lot of energy right there. And do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. It's Friday, y'all. It's Our Bottom Line, the #1 show on YouTube from 6 o'clock until we're done. And guess what we also have over here? #1 family members, the #1 co-hosts, and the #1 friends. That's right, you guys. I tell you guys, I could not do this without you. Because guess what? If I did, they'd be knocking on the door with a white jacket, even though I got one in the closet, but they'll supply their own. Get this crazy nigga out of here. He's talking to himself. Just keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we're going to get into Mom Dummy, na easy super cat, na use a dumb dummy, na easy super cat, na use a dumb dummy, dumb dummy. Yes, the mayor of New York is not that smart, not that bright. He's now thinking about ripping or fleecing the golden goose. Just like California chose, people are leaving and going out of state. Someone in the chat tried to defend this yesterday, but in no way can you defend pushing rich people to leave the entire state. That's like you're already getting a certain amount of monetary from them, but now because you're pushing for much more, you're really trying to make them leave. It really doesn't make sense. Now check this out. Check this out. Love you. Thanks for the truth and facts. House Ninja. Nah, I'm not one of those. Chill Unk LOL. I'm chilling right now. I don't really rock with Mom Dummy like that. I don't care what you guys got to say. I pay attention to what's going on and I see what's happening. You guys are going to watch out. You're going to see in a while. I'm not gaslighting nobody either. You know what you can do, all four of y'all, since y'all four together? Y'all can kick a rock for a block with no socks. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, right now. Or y'all can come up with some better tactics, because this guy here, he don't know his ass from his elbow, and he's proving it. Let's keep on moving.
Rem Mamdani, dead set on a new tax hike for New York's wealthy.
We are going to continue to advocate for a variety of options. We believe that two of them that are the most straightforward and critically important are increased taxes on the wealthiest New Yorkers and the most profitable corporations.
All right, Cop, the corporations is one thing, but running people out because they're making more money, I don't believe in that, especially if they're already at a certain tax bracket, which people don't understand. You're already at a higher tax bracket when you are in a certain state, so you're already paying a hell of a lot of taxes. It's almost like you're 50-50 when it comes down to the state of New York, and that's why many people leave. So with common sense, I say this. Why not get some of the money instead of running them all the way out, because you're not getting any of the money when that happens. Same thing that happened yesterday. Mr. Newsom did the same thing. And guess what the owner of Facebook said? Going to Miami. Mark Zuckerberg picked up his bags and got up out of there. So that's what I'm talking about. You could want things and call me all the names or whatever you want, but this is facts. Let's keep on moving forward.
Just take $24,000 from everybody. Our next guest points out the real problem is how blue states are really spending your money. Fox News contributor, New York Post columnist Miranda Devine, who's got a great podcast, by the way, joins us now. Miranda, what is the mayor missing?
Well, he's missing the fact that if you keep on fleecing the golden goose, it's going to leave New York. People are marching away as fast as they can. You look at California, the wealthiest people will go, and then you'll have nobody to pay for all these ridiculous social programs, because what he's spending the money on is not basic things like picking up the garbage and cleaning the snow off the streets, as we can all see at the moment. He's spending it on, you know, free childcare and free buses and free grocery stores and a sanctuary city where you have freebies for illegal migrants and you usher them in and invite them to come and stay for free and eat for free and have free education and all the rest of it. Yeah. And I mean, why New Yorkers would keep on paying for that? We're going to walk away. We're going to leave.
And this is a national story because this...
So you can stay that way, thinking your own way. No, still do it. Or listen to the people. You can't get money. You can't get water from a brick.
Socialist movement is coming to a city near you. Here's an example of what he wants. Let's take a look. The programs for the fiscal year, he wants $750,000 for arts and culture. All right. Anti-ageism, $800,000. Child care vouchers. Remember, free child care for all, $437 million. $2 million for LGBTQ emergencies. Okay, good. Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquents, $245,000.
What the hell is LGBTQ emergencies? $2 million for what?
So he just wants a whole lot of money. And he says, you know what? The rich can afford it. What's $20,000 more to them?
Well, New York is already paying the highest income tax in the country.
Y'all don't understand that.
And you're adding a burden. I mean, this number of 2% is being thrown around. It's actually a 50% rise in taxes.
Thank you.
And people have already had Cuomo put on some sort of an emergency tax a few years ago. How much longer is this going for? And, you know, at the moment, he's just saying, oh, it's going to be for people with incomes over $1 million. But
so that means that if you're trying to get to an income of over $1 million in New York, you better forget about it. Or if you're trying to get your business to grow to a certain point, know that when it gets to that point, boom, they're going to sting you. Is it worth it? Can you sustain? Can you maintain? Can you keep your staff? Can you pay your overhead? You got to pay high cost of energy. You got to pay for all sorts of communications. You got to pay for staffing. What are you going to do? Not here. That's why a lot of people already picking up and leaving. So people in the chat that don't know anything about business or owning, that probably just do it 9 to 5, 7 to 4, 8 to 3. I get you thinking, because you're just thinking about give money to me because y'all got more money than me. I don't believe that. I believe that somebody that works, that gets all of the money, that actually gets somewhere, that makes money, that can have a property, that can have something, they shouldn't be talked down upon or disrespected just because, oh, you got a building, or you got this, or you got that. They actually earned it and worked for it. Because if it was you, you'll feel the same way I'm thinking right now. I'm not going to be getting mad at people for actually making it. How about make it as well? Think about that. Double tap that screen and get those likes up now, because I already said what I had to say when it comes down to this topic, and all I'm going to let you guys know is history will prove itself and repeat itself. Just going to tell you guys like that. Somebody keep on trying to hit your pockets, what you normally do? You get up out of there. You don't say, okay, let me pay you more. You don't do that. You get your bags and you tell them to meet you at the airport, and that's what happens. Y'all can get mad at me all y'all want, or get your money up. Just keep on moving forward. That's why they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Because if you can make it here, woo! You can make it off of peanuts. We got this deranged Democrat situation that's pretty shocking. They got questions to the ICE chief that he was asking. They're pretty crazy. I want to fix that right there because I don't want to make it seem like I'm calling the Democrats deranged. That's actually the topic. I think what they're saying is pretty crazy, but at the same time, I don't want to call them deranged or anything like that because it's not cool to call people out their name. But that's the topic of this clip, so we're going to get on over here. But I do want you guys to see what they have to say about this.
No, sir, I won't.
How do you think Judgment Day will work for you with so much blood on your hands?
President Trump's overall illegal immigration roundup.
I know, look at the trolls getting busy,
The
right?
heads of 3 agencies testified yesterday before the House Homeland Security Committee. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons stood by his agents and the administration's illegal immigration
can't mess with me, though. I ain't worried about no damn
ICE.
trolls.
Democrats with some incendiary rhetoric.
Do you know what other regimes in the 20th century required similar proof of citizenship?
Yes, sir.
What?
So there's various nefarious regimes that did that.
Is Nazi Germany one?
Yes, but
Is the Soviet Union one?
I honestly,
Sir, I'm asking the questions. Is the Soviet Union one?
Yes, sir, but I totally, this is the wrong type of questioning.
Mr. Lyons, will you resign from ICE?
No, sir, I won't.
How do you think Judgment Day will work for you with so much blood on your hands?
I'm not going to entertain that question.
Oh, okay, of course not. Do you think you're going to hell, Mr. Lyons?
I'm not going to entertain.
Of course not.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible, or Vibe.
No, but she could be going to prison. You probably recognize her. Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, drawing a lot of reaction on her own Bill Malhusian, posting, "You could hear groans from the audience inside that room." Other critics called her comments unhinged, a total meltdown, and deranged. Now here's how you know her. McIver is currently facing a 3-count federal indictment. She's charged with assaulting law enforcement officers when she tried to enter an ICE detention facility in New Jersey last spring. Attorney General Pam Bondi speaking to the House Judiciary Committee earlier and criticizing Democrats for continuing to use reckless rhetoric like that.
Meanwhile, a few elected officials have declared that they are, quote, at war with the federal government and encouraged widespread obstruction of law enforcement. Citizens and law enforcement officers have both been endangered by reckless rhetoric. We have made dozens of arrests in and around Minneapolis so far, and many of them could have been avoided by simple compliance with federal law.
And as to your other question, Mrs. Crockett, since you didn't give her a chance to talk, she has some follow-up information when it comes down to Letitia James and when it comes down to James Comer, because that's what she said. The DA dropped the case against Letitia James and James Comer, and then Pam Bondi was sitting there quiet. We saw that, right? Guess what they're doing now? Bondi's filing a claim to revive the Letitia James and James Comey cases.
Not so fast, Tish and Swifty James. Attorney General Pam Bondi is seeking to move to revive criminal cases against New York State Attorney General Letitia James and disgraced former FBI Director James Comey, despite their indictments being tossed. Okay, you guys remember that it was a grand jury, I believe, in the Eastern District of Virginia that had indicted them. And then, the judge had said, well, she was illegally appointed. Chris, if this was a judge in maybe a more friendly forum, would we have had a different result?
Well, look, the Democrats are good at venue shopping and finding friendly grand juries that they know are going to do what they want. I mean, honestly, if it were a D.C. grand jury,
every party does this sometimes. If you want to get rid of abortion pills, you go to this guy in Texas, this judge, who's somebody who's pro-life,
yes,
who's not pro-death and all that stuff. But honestly, a D.C. grand jury would, they'd have a parade for Sirhan Sirhan and Lee Harvey Oswald, and they'd put wreaths around their necks and sing songs around them because they're not on the side of truth, justice, and the American way. And it's true that the Democrats are great at venue shopping and finding, hey, we got a grand jury over here, that would give James Earl Ray a black tie dinner.
What do you guys think about that? I personally think that they need to leave those two cases alone. I don't think that they're going to merit anything, and it's a waste of time. When it comes down to Letitia James, I think that they should just leave it alone. Comer, same thing. We got too much more to do. Other money other places we could be spending that monetary on. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. It's time to keep on moving over to California. We got some in San Clemente, to be exact, San Clemente Island. We got a federal agents that bust these illegal migrants, including 3 children. We got a bust on a boat, you guys. They're not playing out here. They're still doing it on the water. They're on the water doing it. 3 children. Now, as you guys can see, that's a real high-speed chase on the water right there. Like Miami Vice or something. They're trying to get away.
He's going.
Got him. They're doing their job out there, y'all.
Move forward. Move. Go. Go forward. Move. Forward. Move forward. Get off the steering wheel. All right.
They was trying to cut it, boy. They was going, boy. They was out. They was out.
Manos para arriba todos. ¿Dónde está? ¿Tiene mamá o papá aquí?
Uh-oh, they got the stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all see what that is, right?
Toss it.
That ain't no gasolina right there.
No worry about it. ¿Cuántos años tienes, hijo? ¿Mande?
8 years
He's
old?
11.
He said, Once, okay, 11. I thought he said ocho. Once. So they got the kids and they got them, and you guys can see in those containers, that was where the D-rugs was at. So they was doing a lot. They was transporting, they had D-rugs on there, and they was illegal, illegal trying to get in the country. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. What you think about that? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Let's get on over to Washington. We got Jerry Moskowitz, a congressman, who actually had a chance to see these unredacted files. He said they were gross. Also, I want you guys to understand something that we knew about, but nobody's saying it, and it's finally coming out. This has been a global web where people have been involved in this situation. This is a global web of people, not just one country, New York, our country of United States of America, but this is a global situation right here when it comes down to Jeffrey Epstein files.
And new reaction today out of Washington. Congress begins reviewing the unredacted Epstein files.
And Florida Congressman Jared Moskowitz is speaking out about this today. Local 10 DC Bureau reporter Ross Ketchke.
Double tap that screen to get those likes up. I know we can get those numbers up.
With what's happening.
Let's get those numbers up, y'all.
Well, Congressman Jared Moskowitz did not hold back about what he saw in those unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files. He tells us he's going back to the Department of Justice office today to continue looking through those millions upon millions of files. Now, he says what he's read so far has been both disturbing and disgusting, describing to us this morning a global web of people who co-conspired with Jeffrey Epstein to recruit and abuse underage girls for years. Now, he also says finding information in this system has been a challenge, that the program set up by the DOJ has been difficult for lawmakers to navigate and find the details they're looking for. Lawmakers are only getting to review these files without any redactions after bipartisan frustration over the amount of information that's been blacked out and what's been released to the public so far. The law passed last year forcing these files to be released says the information can only be redacted if it identifies victims or compromises either an active investigation or national security. But in these original versions, Congressman Moskowitz says that he has seen the names of multiple people who participated in Epstein's crimes. We asked him this morning about who exactly those people are. Are these co-conspirators people the American public would be familiar with?
No, so a lot of the co-conspirators I saw are not household names. And a lot of them would surprise them because a lot of them were women. But what I read was just gross.
And happening elsewhere here on Capitol Hill today, family members of one of Epstein's most...
He said a lot of them were women. Whoa. All right, y'all. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up, because you know how we do it. We've been following this story for what? Well over a year, and we're finally getting to the core of the onion. Let's go, y'all. Let's double tap. We got to get more people over here, especially for this. We got the situation that I knew was going to happen. I was always asking, what about the stuff that was inside of his home, inside of the island, that little office area that he had? Well, guess what? He had 2 spy cameras, Jeffrey Epstein, 2 spy cameras set up. Footage was coming off of those cameras directly into the computer, and you know that they got those videos off that computer, right? Come on. Oh, they're grainy. We can't see who the person is. Yeah, okay. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen. Now we're going to get into the home life and see what's going on with the spy cameras inside of Jeffrey Epstein's office and his home.
Jeffrey Epstein's victims have long said they believe they were being filmed by the sex offender. And this footage from a spy cam style camera inside Epstein's Palm Beach house appears to show just that.
The same way he would have probably blackmailed very rich and powerful men once he got them in compromising positions in one of those massage rooms, probably with a minor, and using that photo or that to blackmail them to get money or further in his crazy, demented life. Think about it.
The footage has been obtained for the first time by Channel 4 News. Because the quality is so grainy, during our investigation we analysed it frame by frame. And we've slowed it down here so that you can see what's happening.
Now, let's get those 40 likes, because all we need is 40 more likes, but I like to get 500 libs, so we got to keep on going, because how we do it, keep on breaking this good information, making sure we keep up with what we got going on over here, you guys, and making sure that we're on top of it, and every single day banging you guys with up-to-date information, trending topics, and much, much more. We ain't over. It ain't over. All I'm asking you guys to do, double tap the screen and hit that like button. That really gets more people over here. I want you guys to see what's going on with these spy cameras.
A man, likely Epstein himself, at one point looks towards the hidden device. Images of what seems to be his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, as well as what appears to be several women or girls. So how do we know what this is and where it comes from? Epstein's Palm Beach property was raided by law enforcement in 2005, where police filmed this footage. Pause it here. You can see his office in the corner of the ground floor living area. This is the exact same office captured in the spy cam footage. We can match up some features like the stairway pattern in the shelves, the two small bookshelves above a larger middle shelf, a framed painting, behind an oversized lampshade, and an ornamental plate on the top middle shelf. So where is this spy cam in the office? Well, we believe it's here. And in the footage of the 2005 police raid, we can see that there is what looks like a wide clock positioned on a low side table facing the desk. In a 2006 affidavit from Palm Beach detective Joseph Recarey, the man who led investigations into Epstein during the 2000s, he said that there were two covert cameras hidden within clocks, one in the garage and another in the library area. He adds that a computer was located which was believed to contain the images from the cameras, and that all of these images appeared to come from the one positioned behind Epstein's desk. And then in a 2010 deposition, Detective Recarey said that despite the lighting being poor and not being 100%, he thought that it was Mr. Epstein in the videos, adding, "You know, I can say the female did appear to be redacted word. One of the assistants appeared to be redacted word. You know, that kind of thing."
Yeah.
Now, one police report states that Epstein bought...
So that lets me know that my theory was actually true, and it made common sense. He couldn't get you any other way. So what he probably did was, like I said, set up people in compromising positions and used it against them. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get on over to New Mexico. Our top story. That's right, we're going there. The land commissioner is calling for Jeffrey Epstein's property to be investigated. Claims of Zorro Ranch. I won't say here. I'm going to let them say it. What's going on? You guys need to do me a favor and double tap that screen to get more likes over here, to get more people over here, because now we're about to break something.
Amid the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files, there are growing calls from New Mexico leaders to investigate disturbing claims made about Epstein's New Mexico ranch.
Those claims include the possibility that two women were buried on the ranch. News 13's Annalisa Pardo is here to explain.
Dean and Jess, the New Mexico Public Land Commissioner wants an investigation into claims about Epstein's Zorro Ranch, including the claim that two women are buried there. But the State Department of Justice says it needs more information to go off of. Shrouded in mystery, no one really knows all that may have happened at convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch in Stanley, New Mexico. But the release of files about the Epstein case reveals disturbing claims.
So there's a lot of unanswered questions about Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, what went down there, why it was not fully investigated, why people were not held accountable, and frankly, as a New Mexican, to anyone who was hurt there, my heart goes out to you.
A newly released email claims a former ranch staffer has information about two women who were killed and buried there.
I'm horrified when I learned something new, especially when I learned that state land could have been used, could have been involved in some of these monstrous activities.
In 2019, the New Mexico State Land Office canceled its leases with Epstein and offered the state land to law enforcement for an investigation. But Land Commissioner Stephanie Garcia Richards says nothing happened. She's now demanding action, sending this letter asking both the U.S. Department of Justice and the New Mexico Department of Justice to investigate the allegation. In response, the NMDOJ says, quote, "The allegations appear to be unsubstantiated and stem from an anonymous individual referencing events that purportedly occurred more than 6 years ago."
So yes, somebody in the comments is saying the same thing.
To meaningfully evaluate these allegations, we would need access to the complete, unaltered communications and any associated materials. Once such information is obtained, our office will review it to determine whether any further action is warranted.
I mean, I'm a little bit frustrated by it. Here we are 7 years later after the cancellation of the leases, after opening up state lands for access to law enforcement for an investigation. To my knowledge, none have taken place. I'm kind of curious to know why. I think, you know, on its face, the allegation itself may not have a lot of credibility, but just when taken in context of the larger body of knowledge that we have of things that did occur out at Zorro Ranch, I think it's worth pursuing.
I also think that he has a son that he's not letting anybody know about, because why would you? Of course, yes, I do also think, I'm allegedly, that I think that Jeffrey Epstein has a son and he's not letting anybody know about it, of course, because nobody wants to be the son of him. Thank you so much, Chris Finno. Thank you so much. Also, Zorro, the Gay Blade Ranch. How about the Blue Oyster Ranch? Let's keep on moving forward, because guess what? Elon Musk, of all people, is offering to pay the defense fees for anyone who's prosecuted for speaking out against this Jeffrey Epstein situation over here. Some people say he's trying to cover up for his own actions. What do you guys think?
Elon Musk has offered to cover the legal defense costs for anyone sued for, quote, speaking the truth, end quote, about Jeffrey Epstein. This announcement comes shortly after the latest batch of Epstein files highlighted the billionaire's past connections and communications with a deceased convicted sex offender. Musk's post was in response to a public service announcement featuring statements from survivors of Epstein's sex crimes, released to coincide with Super Bowl Sunday. Anti-human trafficking advocacy group World Without Exploitation released the ad, which was reposted on X by several lawmakers, including Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Representatives Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie. The 40-second clip notes that 3 million Epstein documents have not yet been released, and the survivors tell Attorney General Pam Bondi, quote, it's time for the truth. Right-wing commentator Matt Walsh questioned the survivors' claims in an X post, suggesting their, quote, months-long publicity campaign, end quote, only began after Biden left office and that they should just name their abusers. He argued they could give names to congressional advocates to read out loud to avoid lawsuits, continuing to cast doubt. Elon Musk replied, offering to pay the legal defense for anyone sued for, quote, speaking the truth about this, end quote, though he didn't specify how he'd verify the truth of the allegations.
I mean, I understand that, because if you think about it, if you make allegations about people that may be still around, that are powerful, of course they're going to want to try to sue you and take you to court. You don't have the money to deal with that. So Elon, Mr. Musk, is stepping up, putting the money where his mouth is and saying, you guys say what you got to say, do what you got to do, because you know what? I got your back, because you know Elon got that dough. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because not only is it happening here, it's happening across pond. Across pond. When we talk about former Prince Adam, King Charles, and the situations that happened over there with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Virginia Giuffre, a bunch of other people too, other mother uckers too, almost slipped. Well, the crown is now being looked at, and many people are saying that, what's going on with the king at this point? You know, there's something more that needs to happen to Prince Adam, instead of just what happened to him. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I don't know if I'm saying the wrong name. What is this guy's? Is that his right name? Andrew. I'm sorry, Andrew. Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. That's his real new name.
From disturbing photos of the former Prince Andrew to his alleged sharing of government documents with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, the fallout from the Epstein files once again putting the British royal family into turmoil. Andrew has denied all wrongdoing, but the pressure is now ramping up
want the king
on
to
the
do
royals to do and say more about their disgraced relative. The crown under fire.
So that's the problem right there. Any other time, the king wouldn't be hearing no crap like that. So I know after a while he's getting tired of hearing stuff like that. Even though the people are doing the ad-libs and all of that, it comes to a certain point where the king is tired of this crap. That's what made him do the actions that he made now. People want him to do more though.
From King Charles to Prince William, shouted at in Saudi Arabia.
To what extent do you think the royal family has done enough around the Andrew and Epstein issue?
ITV also capturing Queen Camilla getting tough questions too.
Do you have a message for Epstein's victims, Your Majesty? We've never actually seen other members of the royal family heckled to the extent that we have.
They
in
don't
the
like
last few
that
days.
right
The
there.
royal family forced to confront
don't
the
like that
fallout
right
from
there.
former Prince Andrew's relationship with disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Look, you could spend thousands hiring a
All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I was trying to take a swig of water. YouTube caught me and said, "No, Igga, get back to work. Whoosh, we want our cut." We got to get on over to New York. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Bum, bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York. New York. That's right, you guys. We got a situation going over right now where we're going to just say wood chipper on slow, meat grinder on slow. That's all I'm going to say when it comes down to this one. Daycare teacher who's been charged with the number sexual abuse on the child that's about 5 years old and a couple of other children as well. The youngest one, like I said, is 5 years old. He's threatened the children and said if they tell, he would get the teacher fired. Yes, that's how he got them to not tell. He told them, don't tell or I'm going to get your teacher fired. This is crazy.
Now to some disturbing allegations at a daycare in Brooklyn, where a teacher was arrested and now accused of sexually abusing children in his care. The youngest, just 5 years old.
And investigators now want to know if there are more victims out there.
Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore talked to the mother of one of the victims. She's live in Bed-Stuy with what we know. Crystal?
So you got to be careful of these teachers, careful of these coaches. Be on point. If you got to get a monitor for your child, a camera, do what you got to do. I'm telling you.
Good evening, Mike and Sade. Well, this is the type of thing that keeps parents up at night, wondering if you're putting your children in the right hands. We know from police that they've arrested 30-year-old Devontae Brown. We actually spoke with a woman here at the Learning Factory here in Bushwick who confirmed that Brown worked here before police arrested him for allegedly sexually assaulting 4 young girls at the center. Police saying he intimidated at least one of the children into silence by threatening that he would have her favorite teacher fired if she spoke up. We just speak with a woman, a mom, who claims her daughter was a victim.
I trusted my gut, and as soon as I felt that, I pulled her immediately.
We're not sharing her name, but this mom wants to share her story after police arrested this daycare teacher, 30-year-old Devontae Brown. He allegedly sexually assaulted 4 girls between the ages of 5 and 9 from April 1st, 2024 to August 22nd, 2025. A woman who answered the phone at the Learning Factory in Bushwick confirmed Brown worked there, but would not comment any further.
It's just me and my kid, and this was conveniency, and it's what I needed.
The parent says her child was a student at the Learning Factory and a victim of Brown.
There was signs prior to it, and I was in communication with them, trying to figure out whether was it with other students or staff.
Authorities say in July 2025, Brown allegedly sexually abused one of the children while at Brooklyn Bridge Park. The incidents coming to light after the children told their parents. The New York City Department of Health said it shut down the infant, toddler, and preschool programs last May and July due to insufficient staffing, and it's been closed ever since. City officials say the alleged abuse took place in the school-aged.
Insufficient staffing. That's probably how he got there. They had all types of people. Lord knows. Be careful of these daycare centers, you guys. I know somebody was joking, said a leering center, but this is not a joke right here. This is about our children. Got to be more careful.
After-school program.
And I think the government needs to be held accountable too, because they should be watching out and seeing what's going on with these programs and sending in ACS to these programs as well as people's homes,
which the State Office of Children and Family Services regulates. We found that last October, the Learning Factory received a violation for not reviewing and evaluating the backgrounds of all applicants.
I wasn't even aware of that, but I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because it doesn't make sense why you allow someone like this in your facility.
Residents who live in the upstairs apartments were shocked to hear the allegations.
Just pretty heartbreaking.
For now, this mom is looking for justice and has this advice for parents.
Trust your gut, your intuition as a mother.
And we reached out to the executive director of the Learning Factory by phone, by email, through social media. We have yet to hear back at this point.
Oh, you know you ain't gonna hear back from them. They don't even want to say no comment on this one. They already shut down and everything. They don't want to have no affiliation with that. They on to the next one. That's the sad part. Where's the next place that they're gonna go if they're gonna have the same sort of administration? Think about that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got stories like this all day, every day, because of the simple fact that we like to make the small stories get more promotion to the right people. We know a lot of people watch the show, and a lot of people are not going to actually get a chance to see those stories. Those stories are very important. We like to educate ourselves and not just watch political stuff as well. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Indiana, where we might have an aerial killer out here. Yeah, a coroner needs help, because we got 12 victims, a suspected Indiana suspect. And yeah, it could be going down in Indiana. Let's go out to Indiana, you guys, and see what's going on over there with this situation. If anybody could help out with any information, please do.
All right, now to a more serious story. The Hamilton County coroner asking for your help in identifying another victim of a suspected serial killer.
CBS 4's Jesse Wells has the latest on the remains found at the Fox Hollow site.
The coroner says the remains have resulted in a DNA profile. Unfortunately, those results did not match anyone within the national database, but investigators do believe they've identified the victim's father. For 3 decades, ever since thousands of bone fragments were found on the Fox Hollow Farm property in the mid-90s, the work has never stopped trying to identify the numerous victims of suspected serial killer Herbert Baumeister.
It's about getting closure for the victims and for the families.
So far, 11 of Baumeister's suspected victims have been identified. 2 years ago, a ceremony was held in Westfield unveiling a memorial dedicated to some of those victims, but still others remain unknown.
We don't know how many victims we have. We know we got 11 now, and a DNA profile yet to be identified.
The coroner now believes a 12th unidentified victim was the son of this man, Jerry Harvey.
The problem with this case is, in order to identify this individual, we have to know who the mother is.
Using advanced genetic testing, experts believe the unknown male victim likely had brown or auburn hair, hazel brown eyes, along with pale skin and freckles, but his name remains a mystery.
I think as we get a little bit deeper into this DNA profile, we potentially could build this person's face. But we've got to find the mother.
Jellison says Harvey passed away years ago, but was married 4 times and lived most of his life in Indy. The coroner hopes someone in the family has information on his biological son, so the unknown victim can finally be laid to rest.
I'll tell you one thing, DNA has done so much to help and solve crimes that I'm just astounded by it. You can't put nothing past DNA right now. Make you not want to do nothing, right y'all? I ain't doing jack. Straight up and down. Oh, we got the DNA fingerprints from the other last year when you were walking. Man, they gonna get you and I ain't even with it. I'm straighten up, fly right, keep it that way. And thank you for all the love. It just makes me want to keep on moving forward to get you guys these stories, to make sure that you see what's going on out here. We got to get on over to Texas. We got an 18-year-old who was involved in a senseless murder over some damn McDonald's French fries. Lost his life, 18 years old, over McDonald's French fries. And yes, we did cover Canada earlier about the pow-powing. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen and get those likes up. Let's go. This is Senseless. Senseless.
An 18-year-old accused of killing a friend after a disagreement over food is now in custody 2 weeks after the
I'm talking about you can't be that hungry. Ain't no such thing as being that hungry.
Shooting.
Lamarcus Darden Jr. is accused of shooting Jarvis Davis at a Fort Worth apartment after Davis would not share his French fries. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke to the victim's mom today. Peyton.
Steve, and multiple people witnessed this shooting inside of an apartment, including children. So Fort Worth police tell me they were confident in who they were looking for. We now know this 18-year-old suspect was tracked down all the way to Tyler, Texas. That's about 140 miles away from Fort Worth. He was tracked down to a hotel. Fort Worth police tell me it's possible he has family in that area, but he's now back in North Texas. That suspect is at the Tarrant County Jail tonight.
It's so senseless.
Senseless. That's how Sharika Kennedy describes the murder of her son.
Why? Now that's the question. Why? No, my baby was probably genuinely his friend. My baby wasn't expecting him to shoot him. Everybody in the house was like, they thought he was joking about the fries.
19-year-old Jarvis Davis shot and killed inside this West Fort Worth apartment near Camp Bowie in 820 back on January 28th. Witnesses told police a group just got back from grabbing food at Wingstop when there was an argument. Investigators say Davis didn't share his fries with the suspect, later identified as 18-year-old LaMarcus Darden.
My son's girlfriend was laying on his lap at the time of it. And she said she just heard a glass break, a gunshot and a glass break.
Fort Worth police say Darden pulled out a handgun, shot Davis in the head, and took off from the complex. He was tracked down nearly 2 weeks later. Kennedy, a mother of 8, now with a missing piece in her family and frustrated considering she says her son and Darden were friends.
How it happens, just, I'm never going to be okay with that. I'm never going to be okay with that.
Oh, man, over some damn Wingstop French fries. Ain't that much hungry in the world. Want to pray for her, get some strength, her family to be able to pull through this tragic event. Like to pray for the young man that lost his life in this tragedy, because I'm sure he didn't expect that to happen, as well as the people that were affected. I'm sure his girlfriend that was laying there on him, she's going to be affected by that for the rest of her life. Everybody else affected in this situation, and glad that he's being brought to justice. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Like I said, there's a lot going on out here, and we got to respect life. Look how young these people are. Nowhere near you and I age, because we ain't getting caught up in no stupidness like that. But I like to show them what's going on so that they can see like what happens after and what's going on after that. Maybe it'd be preventing them from getting in trouble themselves. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We got to get those likes up. And if you like the show, subscribe. Become a member. Come on now, hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on. Let's keep on going forward. We got a mysterious shaking going on in St. Clair. Somebody says some shaking is going on in residences. Is going crazy. What's going on? They got the shaking. Watch yourself going on down there. What's going on in St. Clair?
We begin this half hour with mysterious shaking felt and seen here in St. Clair Shores.
It's been the talk of the town for the past 24 hours. That sudden boom and shaking on Tuesday afternoon damaged homes and businesses like this 7-Eleven store.
Yeah, people have been reaching out to us and taking to social media looking for answers.
Earthquake,
One
maybe?
viewer reached
Teddy.
out to Dave Rexroth asking if there were any reports of an earthquake.
Thank you,
Well,
Teddy.
the answer is no. So the big question still tonight, what was it?
7 News Detroit reporter Peter Maxwell closely covering St. Clair Shores for us, and he set out to find out what people experienced and to get answers.
It happened in just seconds. A loud pop, a sudden shake, and a lot of confusion across parts of St. Clair Shores. People swore what they felt was an earthquake. But was it? I spent the day trying to get you answers.
Very subtle, just little popping noises.
It happened in an instant. A jolt that had people across St. Clair Shores wondering what on earth just happened. A quick shake, no warning, then confusion.
Earthquake, maybe?
Some
I don't know.
thought it had to be an earthquake. Look
Yeah.
what it did inside this 7-Eleven at Little Mac and 11 Mile.
Oh, shit.
I heard like ice breaking, and I looked up. Next thing I know, I felt the floor rising underneath me.
Check out the surveillance video from inside. Look
It is
closely,
rising.
the floor begins to rise,
It
then
is.
buckle. The force leaving a huge section of tile destroyed.
Approximately 8 feet.
Now, somebody did say yesterday that Mother Earth is now fighting back now. She's got all this water coming in, all sorts of earthquakes and stuff. Hey, man, I don't know. Somebody said Trump farted. That was a good one. Let's keep on going, you guys, because yes, it's time to get into our health segment. It's not easy finding these, especially ones that have merit and some real good stuff that have to do with it. Anybody out there like oregano? Believe it or not, yes, oregano. Anybody have a little bit of pizza, or maybe some salad that you toss the oregano on? I'm here to tell you, oh boy, if I would have known this a long time ago, I would have been eating a lot of oregano. I know a lot of you guys put it on your pizza, your lasagna, and various foods, but guess what? It's actually really good for you. We're gonna run it down, you guys. Y'all ready? It's time for the oregano oil secret benefits and science-backed benefits of oregano, about how it works for you, how to use it the right way. I'm talking about all sorts of ways for headaches, for pain, for inflammation. I ain't know none of this stuff. And I know we get some people that be interested in some of the topics sometimes, and some people that's not. Just because it's one topic this morning, I understand. But I'll tell you one thing: if I were you, I'd stick around and find out the wonders and the benefits of oregano. That's right, antimicrobial properties. Oregano has evolutions, salmonella, and many other issues. That's right. Oregano is good for gut health, antifungal infections, athlete's foot fungus, black mold varieties. Never use an undiluted. It helps undiluted used and diluted. It helps for your inflammatory actions. It's an antioxidant. It adds oxidative powers, great for anti-aging. Oh boy, I'm gonna go put some little oregano in my lotion tomorrow. Anti-aging, okay. Anti-aging. Okay, what else? It restores brain cells from stress. Come on now, I ain't know that no oregano do that. Stop it. Comprehensive digestive support, significant immune system support. Wait a minute, blood sugar regulation. I think that's good for diabetics. It reduces neuroinflammation. It helps for the respiratory and lung support. Significant antiviral properties, promising anti-cancer properties, significant natural pain reliever properties. Let's go, y'all. We gotta go. I want you guys to dive into this. I'll make sure that because yesterday I'm telling on myself right now. Telling on you, homeboy. I know I'm crazy for doing that, right? I'm telling on myself. I forgot to copy paste and put the links in yesterday for yesterday's video. I'm gonna do that in the description. I'm gonna copy paste what I just read to you guys, put that in the description, as well as a link to this upcoming video about this oregano and oregano oil. I did not know it was this good. Had it sitting there like, oh, let me find something. I'm telling you guys straight up and down. Let me see what's going on with this oregano thing. Whoa, I don't gotta keep looking. That's how happy I was about this.
Of ancient Greece to traditional kitchens across the Mediterranean. But what if I told you that oregano oil isn't just a folk remedy? Modern science has uncovered a dozen powerful benefits hiding inside this little bottle. Benefits that even most doctors never mention. We're talking about compounds strong enough to fight antibiotic-resistant bacteria, dissolve stubborn fungal biofilms, protect your brain, balance your blood sugar, and even ease pain. Naturally.
So when you're shaking that oregano on your pizza, you helping yourself.
But here's the catch. Oregano oil is so potent that using it incorrectly can actually harm you. In this video, I'll break down 12 science-backed...
It's good to know how potent it is, though. Just to know. That's that potent? We didn't know that.
Benefits, ranked from the well-known to the ones nobody's discussing. I'll also show you exactly how to use it safely so you unlock healing power without the risks. And benefit number 12, it's tackling a health issue affecting millions daily, yet it gets virtually zero attention in mainstream medicine. Let's start with benefit number 1. And even though you may have heard of this one, I guarantee you don't know the full story. Number 1, oregano oil's antimicrobial properties. Now, you've probably heard oregano oil has antimicrobial activity, but here's what makes this truly remarkable. Research in controlled lab studies tested oregano oil against some of the most dangerous bacteria, including drug-resistant strains. The results? Oregano oil showed activity against certain bacteria that modern antibiotics struggle with in vitro. The secret is in 2 compounds, carvacrol and thymol. These make up 60 to 80% of quality oregano oil. Here's how they work. They disrupt bacterial cell membranes, causing them to break down from the inside.
Dope.
Studies show oregano oil demonstrated significant antimicrobial activity against E. coli, Salmonella, Staphylococcus aureus, including MRSA, and even certain strains of Pseudomonas. Therefore, for antimicrobial support, dilute 2 to 3 drops of standardized oregano oil extract in a tablespoon of carrier oil like olive or coconut oil. Use 1 to 3 times daily for up to 10 days maximum. But killing bacteria is just the beginning. because benefit number 2 shows oregano oil can do something that surprised even researchers. They discovered that what happens in your gut directly affects your entire immune system, and oregano oil's impact here is profound. Quick note, if you decide to try this, I've linked quality sources in the description. Most store brands are garbage. Number 2, powerful antifungal activity, especially against Candida. Now, here's why this matters. Fungal infections like Candida overgrowth affect millions of people, causing common digestive issues, brain fog.
This is why I switched to weight loss by him.
So guys and girls with them fungy feet,
of options for weight loss.
With them stinky, crusty feet.
Chronic fatigue and skin problems. But the real problem is that Candida can develop resistance to common antifungal medications.
So when you're trying to use some of that regular local stuff that you buy over the counter to get rid of that fungy feet, believe it or not, oregano diluted in a carrier oil.
And it forms biofilms, protective barriers that shield it from treatments. Research in medical mycology and related journals found that oregano oil can affect these biofilms. The carvacrol content disrupts the fungal cell membrane, causing leakage and eventual cell death. Studies showed potent in vitro effectiveness against multiple Candida species, including strains resistant to fluconazole, a common antifungal drug. But it's not just Candida. Research also shows activity against athlete's foot fungus, ringworm, Aspergillus species, and even certain black mold varieties. Therefore, for fungal support, internal use, 2 drops in carrier oil 3 times daily with meals for 4 to 6 weeks maximum. But never use undiluted oregano oil on skin.
Because it burns.
It will burn. I'll explain proper dilution ratios in detail at the end. Now,
you know how we always do this. I want you guys to know what you're looking at and where to go see the entire video at, even while we're playing it, to source it, to give you guys a little bit of context while we're on the video, because you can actually play the video back. Like, let's go back to that section and see what he was talking about. So the name of this video is the 12 science-backed benefits of oregano that nobody talks about and how to use it right. The name of the station, the channel, is 2H. That's 2H is the logo. Horizons Health. That's Horizons Health. The logo is a 2 and an H. And that's, again, 12 science-backed benefits of oregano. Let's keep on moving forward.
Benefits 1 and 2 are relatively known. But benefit number 3 is where things get interesting, because this is where oregano oil enters territory that most natural health experts rarely discuss. Number 3, potent anti-inflammatory action. And here's why this is more important than you think. Chronic inflammation is now linked to virtually every major disease: heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, cancer, autoimmune conditions, even depression.
So instead of taking a pill for anti-inflammatory, you can use oregano, is what we're trying to say. And it's natural, it's good for you.
The problem is that pharmaceutical anti-inflammatories like NSAIDs come with serious side effects: stomach ulcers, kidney damage, increased heart attack risk with long-term use. But research published in peer-reviewed pharmacology journals found that oregano oil's carvacrol acts as a powerful natural anti-inflammatory by inhibiting specific inflammatory pathways. Specifically, studies showed it can influence COX-2 and cytokine production, the same targets as prescription anti-inflammatory drugs in preclinical models. In animal studies examining inflammatory conditions, oregano oil reduced inflammation markers by significant percentages compared to control groups. Therefore, it shows promise for conditions involving chronic inflammation, arthritis and joint pain, inflammatory bowel conditions, respiratory inflammation, and even exercise-induced muscle inflammation. For anti-inflammatory support, 1 to 2 drops in carrier oil twice daily with meals.
So remember, when they say carrier oil, get some olive oil, some canola oil, whatever you can stand, 1 to 2 drops, and you guys got to take it with meals. That's what they're saying. Remember this. Now we got to run down to the end over here, because now we're going to get you guys some of the last information when it comes down to how to put it together and how to administer.
Some studies suggest it may enhance the effectiveness of certain chemotherapy drugs while potentially reducing their toxic side effects in research models. Again, These are preliminary findings. Oregano oil is not a cancer treatment. If you have cancer, work with your oncologist. Never replace medical treatment with supplements.
True.
Which brings us to benefit number 12. And this one involves something that affects virtually everyone, but gets almost zero attention. Significant natural pain relief properties. This is the benefit few mainstream sources highlight because pain management is a major industry. Studies found that oregano oil acts as a natural analgesic through multiple pathways. It inhibits COX-2, like we discussed, reducing inflammatory pain. It may also affect pain perception at the neurological level, and it can relax muscle tissue, reducing tension and spasms. Research examining pain in preclinical models found that carvacrol provided meaningful pain relief in animals in some experiments. For pain relief, topical, dilute heavily 1 drop oregano to 20 drops of carrier oil. Apply to painful area, avoiding broken skin. Internal, 1 to 2 drops in carrier oil 2 to 3 times daily with meals containing carbohydrates.
Keep on moving. Try to get to the last bits now. Let's go.
8 breaks to prevent potential gut flora disruption. Rule 2. Always use a carrier oil. Appropriate carriers are olive oil.
That was number 2. Let's go to 1.
Now, let's time to talk about how you can use oregano oil. Before we wrap up, you absolutely must understand how to use oregano oil safely, because this is potent and using it wrong can cause harm. Rule 1. Never use undiluted internally or on skin. Oregano oil is extremely concentrated. Undiluted use causes severe burning, irritation, and potential tissue damage. Rule 2. Always use a carrier oil. Appropriate carriers are olive oil, coconut oil, or jojoba oil. Internal dilution, 2 to 3 drops oregano oil per tablespoon of carrier oil. Topical dilution, 1 drop oregano to 10 to 20 drops of carrier oil. Rule 3. Don't exceed 10 to 14 days of continuous internal use. Take breaks to prevent potential gut flora disruption and allow your body to reset. Rule 4. Avoid during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Rule 6. Check drug interactions. Can potentially interact with blood thinners, diabetes medications, blood pressure medications. Consult your doctor if on any medications. Rule 6. Choose quality. Look for 100% pure Oreganum vulgare, organic, GCMS tested in dark glass bottle. Week 1, 1 drop in carrier oil once daily with food. Week 2, 2 drops twice daily if tolerating well. Week 3 onward, 2 drops 2 to 3 times daily, then cycle off for 1 to 2 weeks before restarting if needed. Now you know 12 science-backed benefits of oregano oil, from in vitro antimicrobial activity and candida biofilm effects to neuroprotective mechanisms, metabolic support, and easing joint pain.
Yes, this will be in the link in the description so you guys can be able to go back and get it, grab it, go watch it yourself. But I just really love showing you guys information like that because, wow, I didn't even know that shit myself about oregano. And why not share it with you guys so that we can all be healthy together? And oregano is good. I like oregano. Put some on my pizza yesterday. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a sad one here because this kind of gives Ted Bundy, Detroit man, who lured a woman off of Facebook, assaulted them. Be careful out there who you dating off these online websites, ladies, because it's not always what they appear to be. Sometimes you're seeing a representative and nowhere near the person that you're actually going to be able to meet. Let's keep on moving, y'all. This is a scary one right here, but gotta tell you, Detroit. Come on, Detroit, get to the front of the stage.
Everybody, I'm Roop Raj. Tonight, women looking for love, instead trapped and attacked by a man who they say seemed normal. 3 victims so far and counting. Fox News' Jessica Dukeback is live now with one woman's terrifying story. Jessica.
Now, I did think that Jessica was a man. And I'm not going to lie and tell you I didn't Google Jessica's name because the chin is very strong, looking a little He-Man-ish. And I got to apologize when I saw the picture pop up with her and her husband and the newborn baby. I apologize, Jessica. But I thought that you possibly was, I apologize. I'm going to say it in front of everybody. I could have kept it to myself because nobody knew but me. But yeah, you're looking a little man-at-arms-ish over there.
Well, the suspect here is being held on a $1 million bond, and Roop, they don't hand those out easy anymore. Police say that speaks to how dangerous this guy is. Now, let's put a face to the story.
I apologize. Someone said that's mean. I'm sorry.
Story here. Let's take a look at a picture of 31-year-old Daniil Sandridge Jones from Detroit. He's charged in connection to assaulting at least 3 women, and the common thread is that he met them on Facebook dating. At first, we're told he seemed normal, but after a couple of dates, the women describe him as...
Now, ladies, you see a guy, he got a piece of wood on his arm, it's on his Facebook profile. Looks like a pretty cool, calm, laid-back guy, right?
snapping. Then he allegedly attacked. All of the crimes apparently happened at Sandridge Jones' East Side Detroit home. He threw a brick at one woman's face and then at her car, choked and beat another woman, allegedly. And in the case of 27-year-old Jacayla Archie, he stabbed her multiple times in the neck and made her drive around at knife point throughout the city of Detroit. She had no idea what his plans with her were.
I definitely thought I wasn't going to survive, like, at all. I never thought I was ever going to make it out of there. It was to the point where I started praying and things of that nature. And when he found out that I was praying and when he heard me whisper God, he was like, you believe in God? You believe in God? I knew that he had did this to multiple women prior. I just had a feeling like you had to do this before because he was too comfortable.
Yeah, Jacayla said at first, though, everything seemed normal. It seemed like casual dating. Now, she was able to escape last month when this all happened. After several hours, they went back to his East Side Detroit home. She said he got distracted by a phone call. She was able to grab her keys and get out of there, but she sincerely was not sure that she'd make it out alive. Now, we did talk to Detroit police about this case. They are investigating. They had a lot to say, including the possibility of more victims. We'll get into that later on The Edge at 11. For now, live in downtown Detroit, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, guys, don't do it. I mean, she said the name, and I went and Googled the Dupnack, and I saw her with her husband and a newborn baby. Want to give a shout out to Jessica Dupnack, as well as her husband and her baby. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Shout out to you guys, and I want to pray as well as for the victims that's dealing with this situation. Even though no one lost their lives, it's still tragic, and I'm hoping that they can get to the bottom line of this and these women can get over this situation. Also, let's pray for people, that all victims who've been victims of crimes like this, and pray that people get much smarter and be very diligent about who they meet online. Be careful. Amen. Be careful about those people that you guys are meeting out there, especially some of you women. You guys have great hearts, good spirits. You know, you ain't thinking about nothing like that. I get it. Just be careful out there, you guys. Now, President Trump, who's been awarded the undisputed champion of clean coal, the trophy, at the White House. That's right, you guys. He's the undisputed champion, so they gave him an award for it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sir, to show our appreciation, the trophy says the undisputed champion of beautiful clean coal. Thank you, sir.
You right about that, Kenzie. Speech. What you gonna say about your award?
Now you treated really well. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, very much. Appreciate it. Speaker, thank you.
So he just accepted the award and kept kick rocks. Okay, cool. But he got the award. Everybody, you don't got to always say a big acceptance award. If you give me an award, I'm gonna go up there. You're like, oh my God, I thank all of you guys. We've had 100,000 subscribers. I don't know what I would do without liberty and justice. And Casey, Miss Swanza. Want to give a big shout out to my boy Luigi out there who always showing up. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget about CJ the cat who come before anybody. Don't know how he found his way in the demo before I even open up the... Yes, you guys, that's who I'll be giving the love up to you, because that's who I like and I like talking about. Let's get on over to Plantation, where hit the Quan. Hit the Quan. Hit the Quan. What the hell is that? I don't know, but I heard it before. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for Chrissy 1180 sent floating hearts and 10 jewels. Thank you so much. Yes, remember, hit the Quan. The man who barricaded himself inside a plantation home, identified as the rapper who made the hit song, Hit the Quan. Hit the Quan. Lord knows. I guess he ain't been getting no money off Hit the Quan, so he had to do something different. He got himself in some trouble.
This morning after barricading himself inside of a plantation home overnight.
A loved one reaching out to Local 10 as it happened. Local 10's Jolina Esperto joins us live from the scene with the developing details. Jolina. Yeah, fortunately, plantation police told us that suspect is all right. And when you take a look at this home behind me, how ripped apart it is, hard to think that's the case, but fortunately it is. So you see that Tesla completely fallen over. That's because SWAT had to pull it, yank it out, rip the garage apart to get to the suspect inside the garage. That happened just before.
I hope he's got farmer's insurance. This would be a good time for them to come in front of this like, what's the premium going to be on this one?
3 o'clock this morning. And if you take a look at the rest of the house, the doors are cut out. There is a mess inside. This isn't the only bizarre part of the story. The man barricading himself inside, not just anyone. He's a famous, well-known rapper who released a hit song, Hit the Quan, about 10 years ago. It had a famous dance trend to it. It was
Kenzie
viral.
said, who paying for
Nowadays,
that?
he was live streaming last night while barricading himself. Take a look.
I can prove if they don't kill me, keep me protected. I don't got no gun, just my eye. I can prove I don't got nothing. If they kill me, bro, they was trying to stop me from making that movie because it's gonna be the best movie I ever seen.
Well, it's certainly like a movie, but unfortunately for this suspect, it's his real life. A garage ripped out with a Tesla to its side. The doors and walls of his home on the 8600 block of Gatehouse Road also ripped out. A mess inside as well.
I am thinking about my daughter. Alright, let me tell you something, white man. Okay, let me tell you something, white man. I am thinking about my daughter.
After a long night, plantation police got to a barricaded man safely.
Yeah.
His godbrother said he was live streaming the whole time from inside on Instagram. But he's a famous rapper with over 730,000 followers. He's known as I Heart Memphis, and he released a hit song called Hit the Quan about 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, I guess it ain't going so good for Memphis, and Hit the Quan I ain't heard no damn Hit the Quan since, back then. So I guess that money ain't being made no more, and you ain't getting no more shows, so you done snapped and went crazy, huh, Quan? Just keep on moving forward, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Yes, that's what's going on out here. Besides these crazy drones and stuff that's out here, and besides these robots. Yeah, we got these new robots that's out here nowadays, and they're learning. They're getting stronger, moving faster. That's right, y'all. We got these robots out here nowadays. They doing stuff like this, and they learning from their own mistakes. But it took a long time to get there.
3, 2, 1.
Took a long time to get there. So just to think, when you get your robot and you finally purchase your assistant, you're going to wonder, how is he not falling over? How is he able to do stuff like this? Because they've been going through all this stuff right here. Just the fact that it can do that, just the way that it's dialed in, just the way that it's actually operating, they're going to be outside. They will be among us. They will be moving around. What you guys think about that? How many people here actually will buy a robot if it's like, let's say 15 grand or 10 grand? Somebody said, wait, if it can go to work for me while I stay home, no problem. Elon said only $25,000 for a robot, not bad. I want the Lost in Space robot. I wish I were that flexible. So they're going to replace also the athletes. Will Smith wasn't lying. Double tap that screen. Get those likes up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We're only the best show on YouTube until we're off. We didn't say it for no reason. We meant it. And that's right. What we got to get on over and do right now? I knew it was coming, and I'm so happy to show you guys. It's time for our friends, someone who we love and we pray for all the time. As a matter of fact, let's get a quick prayer in right now for Lynn and Nova, because these two have an undying love like no other. I'm talking about an owner and a son and a pup and a dog that give inspiration to the entire world as well as the YouTube world. So yes, amen. I want to go ahead and show you guys Nova's stroll and how he's getting along. What you guys going to say about this? I can't believe it. Those back legs, backfield in motion. I'm talking about this guy right here. He ain't giving up, not no time soon. Look at those back legs, y'all. Look at those back legs, y'all. Look at those back legs, y'all. Look at those back legs. All that's coordination. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. That's right, you guys. We know we got to show love to Lynn and Nova because they're inspirational. I'm talking about that's a dynamic duo right there. You know who we're talking about. You know those two, and they're not giving up, and I ain't going to give up on them because you know what? They're our family, and we show them love over here and support. So Lynn and Nova, our bottom line, myself and everybody in the family want to say that we love you, we support you, and we're 100% behind you. Amen. And guess what? I can't wait till springtime because Nova's gonna be running. I'm telling you, he gonna kick that wheelchair out of there and he gonna go chase a squirrel. I'm telling you right now, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a squirrel. That's what it's gonna be. And if you guys are trying to make some money, hit that link in the description so that you can make up to about $940. That's right. There's 2 surveys in the link in the description. Hit one, fill it out, see if you can make some money. How do you do the surveys, Bugatti? They always ask me that. Hit the link in the description. It'll take you somewhere. Fill out the description, fill out the survey, and let's see if you can make some money. This Friday, it's nice for somebody to get paid. Doom, doom, Friday night, doom, doom, party hunting, feeling right, booty shaking all around. Poured one drink, a big drip now. I'm getting down. That's right, you guys. It's Friday. Want you guys to have a fantastic day. We're going to be right back here tomorrow. But if you got a business, maybe you're a landscaper, you're trying to promote and get some business going. I don't know. You might be a mobile detailer or something. We want to help you get your business out there. How could we do that? Because we almost have 70,000 subscribers. And we're going to keep on moving. We're never going to stop. So since we have that much people that follow us, why not share in the demo? Why not share in getting people out there? That's right. So you got a business, a promo, you're trying to get it out there? Send it over to me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's right, bridge like the Brooklyn Bridge. This, not that, but this, llc@gmail.com. I'll put it up in the post notification area so all you guys can see it, and you might get some business depending on what you got going on. We like to share in the demo because we are family around here, and as long as you're a member, subscribe, you ain't got to pay for that. I just love to see it. Also, whoever got keychains, if you guys already got your decals, could you send your boy some pictures? I like to put that up in the post notification area. Right now we got Batty up in there representing the nice thermal shirt. So I want to show you guys too. Just hold your keys up like this, and if you got one of those keychains, I'm gonna put it up. I want to see where you guys are putting the merch at, putting the decals at. Maybe it's on your computer, your laptop. Show me where you're putting your merch so that I can put it up on the post notification area. I'd love to see that, see what you guys are doing, and also see what you guys look like. Get you guys some promo, get you out there. That's right, you're a family member. You deserve some promo too. Also, if you really want to get get out there and you're trying to promote, trying to think that you could sing, or maybe you got some talent, guess what we got coming up? Because the weather's breaking. It's the Show Your Talent Search. Starting off in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. You can make, boom, $250 in each and every one of those boroughs. And guess what we're doing? We're bringing one person from the internet. That's right, because we never know if somebody in Detroit, Los Angeles, maybe somebody down in Miami, somebody in China may have some sort of talent. And if you got talent, we want to see it. And if you win, boom, $250 by Cash App. After we get 5 people together and one more person from the internet, we're going to bring you all together for the finals where you can make $1,000. I don't know what your talent is, but we want to see it. So that's right. When we do these tastings with myself as the host and Big Drip Hard Punch, the sponsor, and my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. That's right, you guys. We want to have you guys pull up, but you got to be 21 and older. And guess what that means? You got to go in the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. You want to be a part of the talent show. That's right. That's the sponsor, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page. Put your email address in the mailing slot. We'll keep you posted on everywhere we're going to be and what we got going on. That's right, you guys. It's the Show Your Talent Search. I'm the host. I'm there every time. We had Casey pull up one time. That's right. I met Mark Dorfman at one spot. That's right. Can't wait to meet some of you other guys that live in the tri-state area. So that's right. Show Your Talent Search, and that's what we're doing. And guess what, you guys? We're going to be right back here tomorrow. We're going to do it all over again, but we don't leave until we do what? We got to get those prayers up for our family members. We want to pray for ourselves. We want to pray for our animals. And we want to pray for everybody out there who are our friends and family. And that's what we want. What we want to pray for is strength. We want to pray for security, level head, so that we can speak before we take actions. We want to pray for love, because without that, I don't think that we're going to have everything. Calmness and peace, you guys. And I'm praying for my city right now because we're going through a lot. Anybody out there going through any pain, any sort of health issues or anything like that, I am praying for you. Just want you to know all of those health segments and everything we do is not to put us in fear, but to educate us on so that we can get longer life. That's what I care about over here, you guys. That's all I really care about. So we want to pray for Jay Woods, Miggity Mark, Maribel, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Liberty and Justice. I can't say so much. Can't say, but Casey, I don't know. You said something about him, but I couldn't read it. I'm sorry. Miss Swanza, Ajmargel, Winter Rising, Kinsey, Sarah Reed, Teddy Mark Marcello, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. I want to pray for, who's that? Ad Rains, Audrey, Ajmargel. I can't say that, but I'm going to try. Miggity Mark for always being here. Jay Wood. Peter Paul Papau, amen. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Jeffrey Spilker didn't come on until 6. I know, but it's all good. Cash, we got a couple other people, AJ, Jeffrey, Rebecca, Audrey, V. Want to make sure as many as I can get in there, I want to get in there. Winter, and that's it, you guys. Also, we can't forget about Miss Swanza, Jeffrey Spilker. Want to make sure that we get Sam Champion in there. We can't forget about, who that? I forgot that guy's name, but I love him too. Amen. And with that being said, y'all know what's going to happen, right? We'll be here tomorrow at 6 o'clock to start it all over again. #1 show on YouTube. Y'all know where we going with it, right? Y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me on Friday, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'll see you guys then. Join the Discord because we have one. Also, follow your boy at BOOGOTTINYC. That's my Instagram and all of my platforms. Until tomorrow, trending topics, current events, you know what it is. It's our bottom line. Could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em! Peace.